This is a chance for them to prove their worth, push their case to be selected for Trinidad and Tobago senior team for the CG Super 50. And this is the best opportunity. So we will expect a very, very keen, exciting contest here today.
Well, let me go to Liam now. Andrew Rambaran, and specifically one of the captains in the finals here today. You are very close to him. You all would have played together as well. Looking at the setup and seeing that Rambaran has been chosen as a captain of one of the 4 teams and has done well, do you think that signals that he will be on that team for that Super 50?
Well, I think it's a good sign, definitely. Going into this tournament, he was named a captain, and I think he's only made his case a lot stronger throughout this tournament. 250s out of the 3 games so far. He's been in good form, and he's been getting some wickets as well. So I think it'll be a very tough decision if they leave him out. I don't think he's done any wrong to prove his case here.
Well, I look at the track early on. It is you look at it and it's a straw type in appearance. And as British Parasnat was alluding to early on, once it's a keen contest, it means that runs are of the order of the day. That's it from us for now. Let's head over to the commentary as we look to take in this 50 over encounter. Well, good afternoon and welcome to our coverage of the Senior Cup, the 50 over Cup. It's a Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board final tournament before the selection of that national team that will play in the Super 50 right here in Trinidad and Tobago. And joining me is Bridge Parasnath. Bridge, good afternoon. How things?
Good afternoon to you, Vinod. I want to say that it looks very good today here at the Brandlar Cricket Academy. The sun is out, and I'm sure that these guys are all ready to go, ready to prove themselves, and there is no better way to address the selectors to have outstanding performances here today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a fantastic opportunity for the players to address the selectors. And, of course, 4 teams started this tournament. SOCA Strikers, they won the toss and they have decided to field first. This being a day-night encounter, Bridge, you agree with that decision?
Well, a lot depends on the state of the pitch. If there is a little bit of dampness, it would mean you want the faster bowlers to exploit the conditions. And on this track, when it dries out, it becomes better later in the innings, and especially as a 50 overs competition, it dries out, so batting second will give you the advantage.
But there's also another factor to take into consideration, the fact that we are coming towards the end of the year, and the dew may well be a factor in the towards the night. It's not as bad as places like Pakistan and those countries, but there is an effect.
It's always in the night, whether it is Trinidad and Tobago, any part of the world, the conditions will change. But I think these guys have played a lot of day-night matches. They got accustomed to it. A lot of 20-over competitions, 10-10 competitions. Now the Super 50 has been exposed to the day-night competition, which is good, and there's Test cricket around the world. Day-night competition.
Yes, I agree with that. You just have to play. I see during the course of the commentary today, I will get your thoughts on it. I see there's a 4th format coming up now called the Test 20, where it's an 80-over game. One team bats for 20 overs, the other responds for the other 20, and if there's a lead or whatever, you add that and go back and bat for 20 overs, and then the final 20 overs is when the team will be chasing. I'll get your thoughts on that a little later on, but at the moment, it's going to be Satrahan Rambaran, the man from Clark Road. He is opening the batting, and Sharon Lewis of the TKR fame, he is going to open the bowling from the northern end or the Gasparillo end. And let's see how they go. Also opening the batting with Rambaran is Keon Otley. I'll say thank you to our sponsors for the broadcast today, and that's KFC Prestige. I want to say very good afternoon to Roger Ambrose, the Vice President of KFC. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. That swung late and came back into Rambaran. He was watchful there, Bridge. And they go back for 2.
Well, he didn't play that ball. The ball played the bat. He came down just in time. And I can say that he's very lucky, but a beautiful delivery.
For KFC. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. That swung late and came back into Rambaran. He was watchful there. Yeah, that's an excellent delivery. And if I'm going to be a bit critical, probably started a bit too straight, but it induct, and the credit there to Rambaran to keep that one out. What a good start. There's a strong wind blowing from the eastern side of the ground, so that will aid him in getting those deliveries to come back in. And again, coming back into the right-handed Rambaran, shorter though, and he's able to nullify whatever in-swing was on offer there, Bridge.
Yeah, you see what he's doing. He's trying to get this ball full up to the batsman and try to get him to come onto the front foot. But I can see that they've moved the second slip a bit wider. And maybe he's going to be bowling a Yorker length delivery, trying to get him to come forward.
So it's going to be Lewis again, full pitch delivery, just pushed away on the offside, feeling the ball onto the bat, early exchanges here. The Brandlar Cricket Academy, as I said before, the pitch has a straw-coloured look, and I dare say, Bridge, seems to be loaded with runs.
This would be good for the cricket and for both teams. If there's one match here that scores of 300 plus, and you want high scoring games, especially to go into the 50 overs tournament next month.
Outside the off stump, not timing it, just throwing the bat at it. The left leg was nowhere close to that one. He just played away from his body. Wasn't able to get it away. Wasn't able to get any timing into that. It bounces away to the wicketkeeper. The score remains 2 without loss. This is the opening over. And you would have done a lot of research into what would have transpired prior to this game, Bridge.
I have done some
a little birdie whispered to me that when they passed Union Hall last night, your lights were up for the entire night.
My lights always up. Satran Rambaran 111 in the last game, so he'd want to repeat in this match.
Oh, beaten, beautiful. That one just holding the line, the angle, and through to the wicketkeeper.
Rambaran opening the batting with Otley. This pair batted brilliantly in the last game, and they had an opening partnership of 86 against the Steel Titans, and that's at the National Cricket Centre, but this is the Bangalore Cricket Academy. They probably would want to get that score and even a bigger score to lay a solid foundation for the team to get a 300 plus.
So, although we've been having some really hot weather, the outfield looks in spanking condition here at the Bangalore Cricket Academy. Driving uppishly, and he's gone. Caught that squarish cover, and he has to go. Nicholas Sukhdev Singh pulls that one down. Let's have a look at that, Bridge.
That's a brilliant catch. Brilliant catch, well timed. You see, draw him onto the front foot, and that's good strategy by Sharon Lewis, as I said. He will try to get him onto the front foot to drive with the ball going away from him. He went for the drive, didn't play it in the middle of the bat, took the edge. It was airborne in a long time, and the fielder did well in getting across it.
So they were saying a short man. He did pick that one up nicely. The thing about it, and what has me not surprised, so to speak, Bridge, is the fact that he continues to play away from his body. You saw it earlier in the over. I had mentioned it earlier in the over when he was playing away from his body.
Yeah. And both feet is close together. So when you both feet, you have to move one. Either you go forward or you go backward. So you have to give yourself that chance. If the guy's going to bowl the ball full to you, and the weight is on the front foot, you can't go forward.
Yep.
You'll be playing away from the body, and that's exactly what happened. The guy set him up to come onto the front foot. The weight is already on the front foot, and he was playing away from it, so that was taking the leading edge and paid the price.
So Terrence Hines is going to take up the attack now from the southern end, and the wicket already 2 for 1 after over number 1.
So Satrohan Rambaran, who made 111 in the last match, he had 2 4s and 5 6s of 111 deliveries. This one is only 2. So there's a very important breakthrough by Sharon Lewis for his team, and I'm sure that they'll be looking for another wicket and a few in the super over in the first 10 overs, the super play, or what we call the power play.
So 2 for 1 at the moment. New man in, Christian Thurton, just came from the United States where he played in the minor league. So it's going to be Keon Otley, a man who was good enough, Bridge, a couple seasons ago to play for the West Indies. Full pitch delivery. So Hines is not one of those fast bowlers who will blast you out. He looks to pitch the ball up and move it, do something with it. And as you can see from the very first delivery, and given his height as well, as Liam is indicating to me, he's a bit skiddy.
Yeah, he's got a bit of sling in action.
Okay, and you can see that one just skidding on. He actually was late on that. Crashes into the pad.
Terence Hines, he plays for the Trinbago Knight Riders in the
Yep, in the CPL.
CPL. So there's a lot of exposure, a lot of practice, getting good advice from senior players. If you have people like Kyron Pollard and Dwayne Bravo, two of the greatest T20 players of all time, I would say all formats. As much as Kyron Pollard never played Test cricket, but when he played regional first-class cricket, he was a dominant player.
I always say that, Bridge. I always say that Kyron Pollard was noticed because of his exploits in 40 cricket. You would have been around for that when he scored centuries after centuries and he was batting properly. Most of his runs actually came straight down the ground. Those big sixes was never cross-batted.
But was clean hitting, good clean hitting, and good strokes. I mean, he has shots all around the wicket. And he was positive, and that's the type of player you want to play in Test cricket.
So Hines to continue. So pity that Pollard never got a chance. So he's driving, closing the face on it. Picks out Sukhdev Singh.
In the last game, Thornton got 81, got 6 fours and 3 sixes. And his scoring rate was very good, 142.11.
He's an aggressive player, a man who played for St. Benedict's College whilst at school. Driving nicely. Sukhdev Singh can't get that, and that should go very close to the boundary. Will it get there, Bridge?
Yes,
it does. So that's the first boundary. So leaning forward and not trying to do too much. Just presenting the full face of the bat.
And there's a left-hander who got the first boundary in first-class cricket at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in 2017. I don't know if you remember that. We did broadcast. We had I was live calling the play. A left-hander from Jamaica, giving you a clue.
Was it John Campbell?
No, it was a Guyanese left-hander playing for them.
Vishal Singh?
No.
You have me there, Bridge. Guyanese left-hander. Assad Fudaddin?
No. Fudaddin played it for them too as well.
Short, pulled away. Nice stop down there on the boundary. And they're going to come back for two. It's a chance to run out and he's gone. Otley. There was always two in that. He turned slowly. He was coming back. And he has to go, Bridge.
Well, that's what cricket is all about. You have to pay attention to your partner. You have to pay attention to the fielder. You have to understand the fielding team and the players and their strength. Where can they get that ball back quickly to either the non-striker or the striker's end? And this is a good another important breakthrough, right, for the fielding team. They'll be happy to be bowling, having won the toss.
Yeah, well, we will see that shortly. 7 for 2 at the moment. Otley was a bit slow in coming back. Brendan Buru, a young player. Plays for trying to be on the 19, trying to be on the 17. Have come through the ranks from the southeast.
But I will tell you the guy who scored that first boundary, Trevon Griffith.
Good old Bogsy.
Yeah. Opened the batting for the Jamaican with himself and got Garvey. So he was the first player to score a boundary in first-class cricket here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in 2017. November the 2nd, 3rd, the 4th and the 5th, Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica made 431 and
there we can see.
141.
Sorry, Bridge. There we can see it now. There was a short delivery. Helped it around the corner. A little bit of fielding down there. And what was good? The player was on his feet immediately. Got rid of the ball.
A very strong return. Very strong return. We can't see it, but you can see that that ball really came in very flat and fast.
7 for 2. So Warriors under some stress here, Bridge.
Yes, this is a big setback for them. Two of the, what I say, the form batsmen, the guys who have been scoring heavily for them, they're back in the pavilion. This is good, intelligent bowling by Lewis. He's bowling the ball just on about the line of the legs, the leg stump, going across the right-hander. So he's forcing him to play, to turn his body to face the ball. So he can't really play the stroke. He had to play more defensively in front of him. This is good, intelligent bowling.
Highly underrated, in my opinion, Sharon Lewis.
But when you're from the countryside, the far-off areas, and you play for the clubs that from the urban areas, you tend to be overlooked.
Yep, it happens. It happens all over the world.
But at the youth level, he was always very good, very competitive, never missed training sessions. Always the mummies there bringing him to the trials and to travel, change 3 or 4 cars to get to the National Cricket Centre, sometimes 5 vehicles before they could reach there.
Wow.
If you're coming from way down in where the Cooper come from, you had to change five taxis.
That's Maruga, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice firm push there by Bodu. Good prospect, Bodu.
Ryan Bandu.
Getting this time. So he's mixing it up nicely. That one going with the angle. Here's Lewis. Played by Bodu. That one coming in with the angle as he went around the wicket. Man would have been good enough to earlier play for the Trinidad Knight Riders in the CPL.
Yeah.
So there's some experience there. Short. Gives Bodu time to get over it. Plays it down to backward point on the boundary. Period of consolidation required here. Latest score at the Brandlar Cricket Academy, 9 for 2 after 3. More thoughts on Bridge Parsnad.
The COCRICO Warriors, they have suffered a major setback with 2 batsmen out in the earlier clock within the first power play. The first 10 overs, this is mandatory power play overs where only 2 fielders are outside of the inner circle, right? And then you have from the 10 over to the 40th over, that's a second power play, and then from the 40th over to the 50th over, that's the third power play. So there are 3 major mandatory power play in the 50 overs tournament. And I'm sure that they would have introduced that into this tournament as well. So most of these guys will practice with that in mind. and to be ready for the tournament which starts next month.
Yep. Starts in earnest here in Trinidad and Tobago. They've got it down from the 8 to 6 teams now, Bridge, because of the fact that West Indies Cricket Board, they're grappling with funding at the moment. They're trying their best to see if they can still put out a proper tournament, which they will be able to do. So they're back to, as we had many, many years ago, just the six territories.
The 6 territories. Well, the combined campuses and colleges.
Yep, and the academy that played last year, both in the 4-day and white ball tournaments. They're not included at this point in time, and there will be a total of.
You know, when they started the combined campuses and colleges, it was said it was a Barbados B team.
Well, they're still saying that.
They're still saying that.
They're still saying that, Bridge.
Unfortunately, they're based in Barbados. Most of the guys attend the Caville campus, right? So obviously, the squad will come from them.
Struck on the pad, loud appeal, he's gone! Terence Hines strikes, and a young Brendan Boodoo falls. Let's have a look at that.
That's another important wicket.
Well, it's on 9 for 3, Bridge.
That's what I said. They will exploit the conditions. Once it's damp.
Well, we'll give Bridge a chance to look at it.
Yeah.
And to me, it looked as dead as a doorknob, so to speak.
You have to watch it carefully. Yeah, he's gone.
Struck on the toe.
Yeah, but the type of stroke he played there is no way he could play that shot.
Playing across the line. Look where the bat is pointing. It's pointing to mid-wicket. A delivery that was straight. So he will learn with experience.
The ball is coming straight towards the off stump or the middle stump. You have to meet with the full face of the bat. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing that when you're playing in the backyard.
Yep.
When you want to get out. You want to go and do something else.
And it was a unique opportunity for young Boodoo coming in.
This is best opportunity.
Yeah, coming in at number 4, pivotal position. He should have been able to use that opportunity to really address the selectors, to spend time out there. Time was not an issue. Bridge had 45 overs, more than that, 47 overs to bat, just bat.
What you need here is partnership.
Yep.
That is what is required at this stage. These guys have to communicate. I'm not seeing any type of communication between the two batsmen. And that's one of the problems of West Indies cricket. Lack of communication. There's not much being said, not being talked. I work with cricketers, and I talk to Brian Lara or Carl Hooper or Chandra Paul or Sarwan. These are the guys that I work with, right? That's what you had to do. You had to sit down and talk to your partner out in the middle. You have to plan which bowler you're taking, the fielders, which are the guys who are strong from the deep, who are good, very close to the wickets. So you single it on or not.
He's again Hines, and this is a whipped away, lovely shot. Just a single though. Raja is in the frame. So it's problems here at the moment. 10 for 3. And as Bridge has been clamoring for a partnership, they just need to see out this difficult period here and just bat. There's nothing wrong with batting, just bat.
What you need to do is to watch the ball and try to find the gaps, try to pace the inner field, because you only have 2 men outside on the boundary line. The moment you pace the inner field, there's sometimes 3 runs, probably 4 runs. If the outfield is very fast, the ball will run away towards the boundary. There's no need to try to play too many adventurous, ambitious strokes. You want to play solid defensive stroke, and then if the ball is up for the drive, you play that nice smooth drive and find the gaps.
Well, it takes patience, it takes understanding of the game, it takes thinking on your feet. Here's Hines. Good line there to Turton. Turton has been in form, as the Bridge alluded to earlier on. You got what, 71 or 81? 81 in the last game.
Yeah.
At a healthy clip.
Yeah, 142.11. That is very fast for the 50 overs tournament. Normally, that's what you do at T20. Right? He faced 67 deliveries, 6 fours and 3 sixes.
Well, yeah, he is Hines. Well, Suraj Sipal, one of the hard-hitting local batsmen, has sent us a bit of a correction there, Bridge. He's saying that he's from Rio Claro and not Moruga. Still, it's far. It's still far.
No, I'm not saying he's from Moruga.
I said it. I said it.
Okay.
I said he was from Moruga, but he's actually from Rio Claro. Thanks a lot, Suraj. 11 for 3 at the moment. And Heinz.
Akil Cooper and Cephas Cooper from Moruga.
Yes.
And
The Cooper
our
brothers, I
former
think it's about
Trinidad
7 of
Tobago
them.
West Indies women captain Marissa Aguilera, she's also from there too.
Yep.
Good afternoon to you, Marissa, if you're listening to the broadcast.
I'm sure she is. Yesterday I saw her at the National Cricket Centre where the women's team they were actually preparing for the regional tournament in January, and they were actually playing against a men's team. Just
So you had to graduate. So I have 20 in each team.
Mhm.
And I put them against the Little Devils. My tall basketballers, I call them the Little Devils. God, those boys don't give the girls a chance. They will play rough.
play
They
rough, play
fight.
hard.
Right.
I take that point. I take that point, Bridge. And Haley Matthews actually played domestic men's cricket in Barbados.
That's why she's one of the best all-rounders internationally.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very good. She's a real superstar. But I don't she's given enough credit for what she's been doing for the last couple of years.
Yep. He is around the wicket. I don't agree with the score 12 for 3 and Sean Lewis going round the wicket. I'll tell you why I don't agree with that, Bridge. He's looking to tuck up the batsman, fine. I think that's defensive at this point in time. With the score 12 for 3, I prefer to see him over the wicket to the right-hander and straightening some, allowing some to go through with the angle. I don't know what's your thoughts on it, but he has decided to go round the wicket to the
If
right-hander.
you got success bowling over the wicket, why change?
That's it.
Why change? Something working for you. You don't need to change. Because when he's going wrong the wicket, he's bowling from wide.
Sometimes you ask yourself what these guys are thinking, you know? 'Cause he's getting the ball to shape nicely. Here he is. That would have been a beautiful delivery to a right-hander.
He's all over
So
the
what
shop.
is happening? What is happening, Bridge? He could be sending it so, and then just getting some to straighten, creates doubts in the batsman's mind. But when he goes round the wicket, he's looking to just tuck him up. You like that, Bridge?
This is good.
We'll put you to draw soon. Lewis again down the leg side. The wicketkeeper just trying his best there, Leo, to see if he can outfox the umpire.
Maybe if you can catch him sleeping
Yeah,
or nodding
you never know. Huh?
or paying attention to something else. But I think Sharon Lewis has lost his rhythm. He has lost the line and length that he had in the first 2 overs. I don't know why he's experimenting. Right? He has seen, probably he knows something about these guys and their batting style. But from what we have seen so far, he's not really forcing them to play.
No, he's not, and this is why too much chopping and changing. Stick to the basics, and if it's working, you continue that, Bridge.
Always.
Oh, that's better. That's much better.
See, that's what you do. You want to bring the batsman on the front foot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it has to be either defensive or you have to have strong wrists to get it away. If you're on the back foot, you have times to play the cut stroke. You can pull at the ball. You're more comfortable and you can leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But you only do that when it's like short of a length delivery. When it's a full length delivery, you have to play on the front foot. That's basic. That's elementary.
Yep, I agree. I totally agree with that point. Worked away. BTC, fresh from West Indies duty. West Indies duties across in Sharjah, where they were actually playing against Nepal. The results didn't really go the way the West Indies would have wanted, but it was more for the developmental team. coming up against Nepal's strongest. You'd have still expected the West Indies to win, but we see how it goes.
Sharon Lewis has gone wrong the wicket again. Well, I think I'm happy to know that young Navin Bidisi has been given the opportunity.
Very hard worker, and very talented young boy as well. And I'm happy, just as you, Bridge, that he has gotten the opportunity.
And he's from Beach.
Yeah, that's right down the road.
Yeah,
Bridge.
South of Trinidad.
That's right down the road, Bridge. Lewis again. The reader is just off here at the moment. So he's bowling over the wicket and he continues to just push it across the left-hander. What he wants to do is to get it around here, moving away. And then the odd one to just hold its line. Say very good afternoon to Rajendra Mangali, chairman of selectors here. He will be joining us during the break, and he will have a discussion with Bridge Parsnat about the Super 50 coming up, and we'll also talk to him about a Legends League that he's hosting on his own. A Legends League in December, 4 days of cricket.
Would you be playing? Would you be playing?
I think I might not be here. Okay. If I was here, I would have been playing, definitely. But a number of the former national players, will be playing bridge. That's something that we will be carrying live as well, playing away from his body there.
Only for Trinidadians, or?
Yep, former Trinidad and Tobago players. I think they have 8 teams. He just sent me the details of it. It's called the Best Motos. I'll get it. I'll get the information here. Former Trinidad and Tobago player Ginger Mangali says the Best Motos Trinidad and Tobago Masters T20 Cricket Festival, set to showcase the legends of the game. So it's over 40 and over 50 players from across the nation. The festival is coordinated, of course, by former Trinidad and Tobago middle order batsman Rajendra Mangali, Rajendra Purai. He scored a ton load of runs in domestic cricket. Dennis Sami, Frank Simmons, and Shiraz Mohammed from secondary schools. You know Shiraz Mohammed. And it promises 4 days of high quality competition and camaraderie against between Trinidad and Tobago's most experienced and decorated cricketers, and they will compete for a first prize of 12,000, second place 8,000, third place 2,500, and the fourth place 2,500. The participating teams: Real Unfit Men, Real Unfit Men Rum, Brazil Masters, Valley Boys Links, Central Sports Masters, Combined Sports, Woodland Sports, and Hurricanes of Southeast. The matches will be played at the 2 premier venues in Central, as we have a change in bowling here, and that's a very wide delivery from Abdul Toppin. And the matches takes place on December 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So the games will be played at Bridge at the National Cricket Centre and, of course, Presal.
Those are the 2 central venues.
Yep.
I was waiting to hear the names of the 2 central venues.
Yeah, NCC and, of course, Presal. So it's going to be Toppin from the far end. Better. Comes a bit closer to Turton showing some regards for the situation at the moment, 18 for 3.
Well, there's no need to rush it because there's so many overs to go. You have lost 3 wickets already, so the team under pressure. These two guys need to get the big scores. Or is this match will finish early?
Yep. May finish before you get dinner, Bridge. Turton. Well, that's good.
Very good.
Squared him up to an extent. Very good delivery.
That's what we're talking about. You want to bring the batsman on the front foot. Full-length delivery, right? And when you look at most of these bowlers, the leading arm is not in position. So if you don't have the leading arm properly, how can the bowling arm, coming through? And
Yep.
this is the basic is missing from a lot of players.
Yep. Good delivery there, as you can see. Squared him up. Let's have a closer look at his action. Oh, that's wide. He's falling away. So he has to be careful here.
But the leading arm is opening up like this, so you have a slinging action.
Mm-hmm.
The arm has to come within, so they get it higher and over.
He's all over the place, as you can see from that replay, although that was a good delivery 2 deliveries ago. Driving beautifully through the offside. That's the shot of the day. Not a man move, not even a nuts man.
Super. Great shot play there by Turton, is it?
Yep.
Seems to be in fine form. So he's very attacking. He had six fours and 3 sixes in the last match when he got 81 out of 57 deliveries. And that's a really spanking shot in the middle of the bat. Sweet. Good sound.
Nice balance shown as well. Didn't try to overhit it. Didn't get too excited that it was overpitched.
And he found the gap. He bisected both fielders. The cover and extra cover.
Better. Good comeback there by Toppin.
There are a lot of runs to score on this ground. Vinod. The outfield looked very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guys there, the ground staff done a fantastic job here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. I mean, you have varying weather conditions. Rain, plenty rain one day, next, but the sun has been blazing.
Yeah, over the last few days.
Yeah. Good intelligent batting there. You're getting on top of the ball, playing it with the angle face of the bat, controlling it along the ground. It's vacant. The gully is vacant, so the single is on. Fielder is out in the deep. So this is good batting by Turton. You got a boundary already, right? And if you can get 3 or more 4 singles within the over, you have 8 runs per over. The momentum builds, partnership grows, and then as you settle in and you start to get bigger and bigger totals, or I say with 20s, 30s, you can start playing shots. Okay, you would have been settled and you've been seeing the bowlers and the pitch, the way it is playing.
Driving, not beating the offside. BDC is trying to get a few deliveries to hit the bat. So it's the end of over number 6, 24 for 3. SOCA Strikers.
In the match against the Steel Pan Titans at the National Cricket Centre on Wednesday gone. In that same game, they made 275 for 4. Rambaran made 111. Utley made 34. Turton made 81. Bidesi was not out on 25. Yeah, on 25. He had 2 boundaries of 32 balls. There were 14 dot balls in his innings. And there's Joshua James from Tobago, who is a very talented young player. He would want to address the selectors in a very big way.
Of course.
It's a long time we haven't had strong representation from Tobago.
Yeah, Joshua James has been at the top of the heap coming out of Tobago. It's also his brother.
Yeah, the Clint York and Ken Williams long ago.
Ken Williams was a class act.
Yeah, he was real good, and then he got injured. And before them, you know, you had a,
John Pollard. Sadly, he passed on.
I heard that, and which
Yeah.
is very sad. I understand he passed away while playing.
Yeah. And recently, he led Trinidad and Tobago on the 17th regional title
Wow.
as coach.
That's sad, very sad.
Only a couple
Our
of months ago.
condolences to his family,
Of course.
yeah, and all friends and well-wishers. Hayes seems to be bowling better from this end.
And he normally takes the ball away from the right hander. Bowling from this end, he's getting the ball to drift in. He's getting the ball to drift in with a strong wind. So on pitching, it then moves away. That's an added dimension for the player to take into consideration. Well, it's in the air. That's a big hit. And it goes all the way for 6. Turton. Let's have a look at that again.
That's a very confident stroke there by Christian Turton.
It's that type of player. Once he tempers his aggression, and he can deal with the bad ball effectively.
That's the first 6.
Yeah,
Of this innings.
first 6 of the innings. There it is. Nice, beautiful flow of the bat. We're just basically playing through the line.
Yeah, very confidently played.
Kyron Pollard type shot.
Yeah, Polly loves coming through the V, as we say. Mid off, mid on, long off, long on. The other day I said someone posted the longest 6s in international cricket,
Yeah.
and Pollard not in the top 10. Something is wrong. I showed a list to my daughter. And I
Yeah.
said, "But Daddy, where's Polly?
Yeah.
How they could leave out Kyron Pollard out of the top
Probably-
10?
Probably made a mistake.
They had to be."
Good delivery. Good comeback there from Hines. Just pulling it back a few inches. So it's 30 for 3. Nice little fight back by these two here. Videsi and Thilton. Thilton is a beautiful 6 down the ground.
Oh,
Well, they say the longest 6 in history was struck by Sir Clive Lloyd while playing for Lancashire in the English county. He struck a 6 out of Old Trafford. It landed on a train that was going to London. And the ball ended up in London.
well, I saw the biggest 6 ever played. Basil Butcher
Mm-hmm.
hit Royal Branca from Barbados, 1967.
Mm-hmm.
It cleared border, cleared the Ministry of Agriculture, and dropped in front of Burnham Gate.
That's a big hit.
I telling you,
That's a big hit.
massive. They had to go and break.
Pull him! Yorked! A beautiful delivery by an excellent bowler.
That's why I'm saying he's bowling better from this end. He has better control. The ball is right up in the block hole, and Jordan had lost.
Beautiful delivery.
That is what you have to do.
But look at the celebration. That is, look at this. Look at this. Good old Terence Hines. In only the way Terence Hines can do it. Look at this. He's telling Turton, why didn't you play that straight drive again?
Yes.
Oh, it's all good fun. But 4 wickets are down now. COCRICO Warriors. Look at this. Yorked. One of the most beautiful Yorkers you can see.
But there's no better sight to see the stumps fly.
Yep. If you're the batsman, you wouldn't agree, yeah?
Yeah.
Antonio Gomez.
Well, as a
The man
spectator,
coming in.
you want to see the stumps fly. You come to see it. When I go to cricket, You want to see the Andy Roberts or Joel Garner and these guys when they bowl.
Colin Croft.
Or Patrick Patterson.
Ooh, he was
Right.
rapid, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think he was the most ferocious fast bowler West Indies produced that I have
think
seen
so.
in my lifetime.
I think so because Jeffrey Dujon said it as
Yeah.
well, and he should know. He was holding the ball behind the stumps.
I covered the match with Jamaica played Trinidad at the Queen's Park Oval, and I was
Mhm.
writing the story for the Express. So when
Mhm.
I went back to the office and I told the guy they have a guy from Jamaica bowling faster than Tony Gray,
Mhm.
everybody was up in uproar. How you could say that in Trinidad?
Yeah, you can't see that.
I said, don't worry, come to the Oval tomorrow and watch him.
That was Patrick
I
Patterson,
see a former West Indian player run into square leg and not call a name.
Mm.
Yeah, when Patrick Patterson was
And he was
bowling,
rapid. He was rapid. He used to break stumps at will.
the batsman was running to square leg.
Hmm.
If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I want to face that pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, serious talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just recently, I was having that discussion. I think it was when I say recent, probably last year, we was having that discussion with a good friend of yours. We'll get back to that. Down the leg side, Topping continues. David Mohammed.
Yeah, David.
David was a class act as himself. I think today David would have made the West Indies team without a doubt. And he, of course, has been back and forth. He has his business in New York, but he comes to Trinidad ever so often. He has an establishment he's setting up in Coquille, which is not too far from here. It's a good friend of mine. And sometimes, we have these discussions, and he would talk about rapid bowlers like Patrick Patterson.
Patrick Patterson is the fastest that I ever seen in my lifetime.
He was quick.
Malcolm Marshall produced fast spells, but
Mhm.
not consistently as Patrick Patterson.
He was more crafty.
Yeah. But he was smarter than the other guys.
Andy Roberts,
Yeah, he was also.
he could have hit you at will, but not consistently.
No, Andy has three different bouncers.
Mm.
Yeah. And so was Malcolm Marshall. That's why these guys were so great.
Topping. Guided away nicely by BDC, but there is protection down there. Nicholas Sukhdeo Singh, good old Suki.
That's one of the best test hundreds at border with the fade four prong. Andy Roberts, Joel Garner, Michael Holding, and Colin Croft. Sunil Gavaskar made 147 in the last innings on the last day.
Mm.
Some of the greatest shots ever played at border was by Sunil Gavaskar on the fade four prong.
Yes.
But nobody would rate it because those innings not put on television never.
Sonny Gavaskar, of course, is well written. His exploits against the fast bowlers. I think there's a famous saying that he took apart, was it Houghton Dow, in one of the matches where the international team would have played against regional teams. And I think after that the captain said, "Thou shall not bowl."
But in Guyana, Rohan Kanai, Houghton Dow was rated the fastest bowler
Mm.
by Sir Gary Sobers at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to the airport, they took out his picture and put it in the front page of the Guyana Chronicle. Fastest bowler in the world. Normally I sit at board, I have a reserve seat
Mm.
because my school boys will always be, Stephen Kamash will give my boys them to come into without paying
Yeah.
to become members of the club. The quality boys will come through the system.
Oh, that one takes the inside edge. There's a French cut that goes for 4. Lucky there for Antonio Gomez.
So I was lucky to sit down next to Rohan Kanai.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to him. I said, "Skipper, what will happen today?" They said, "This is the fastest in the world." He said, "You look out, you're going to see something." Rohan made 100 plus.
Mm.
Every time he had the ball shot, the ball was rattling the boundary ball and going over. The border get up, the people get up. He said, "Thou shall not bounce to the Babulal."
Abulal.
Yeah, don't bowl short to the Babulal. It's like boy. Right. Those men could bat.
But there you can see Toppin producing an inside edge. Too short, too wide. Allows Gomez a sighter.
I've also seen some great innings at border. Rohan made 144 in less than 2 hours against Barbados with Gary Sobers as captain himself, Prof. Edwards and company. And
I saw Philip Wallace make 100 before lunch against Trinidad and Tobago
at
at
Warakara Park.
Park.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he was rapid.
But it didn't last too long.
Yep. Avide Samaru was on debut. Top in. Now this is good by Gomez. Pitched up delivery, he's right out meeting it. End of the over, the end of 8, 38 for the loss of 4.
So it means that at this stage of the match, the bowling side has got the advantage. They have done well, the bowlers. They have picked up the wickets. The outfielding has been very good. They're very sharp. So whoever is working with the team, the coach has got these guys ready. The captain has done an excellent job. And the guys are responding, and I think the bowlers as well. Apart from one or two little mistakes here and there, they've been right on the button. So I can think they'll be very happy at this stage of the game.
So Bidesi, I want to show that little international experience that he got has him in good stead. It's nudged away. A lot of time here, Bridge, and these guys, they need to understand that.
As we said, partnerships. You have to build it with the ones, the twos, right? Push it through the open spaces, right? Still 10 overs haven't been completed as yet.
This is over number 9.
There are still 2 fielders outside the circle. Mandatory first 10 overs.
Worked away, that's 4. Bad line. Bowler immediately apologizes. Never try to overhit that there, Bridge. Mark of a good
well
batsman.
played, beautifully played.
Yep. It's allowing it to come on to him.
Using the pace of the ball and just flicking it off the pads. That's how you play the game. You conserve your energy. And rather than play a false stroke, you might just do a little too much with the wrist and takes the up edge and you're in trouble. But I think the experience is showing there.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you play the higher level, the more class, confidence, you could see that the guys will mature. They blossom and become better and better players all the time. And that's what the cricket board officials, Mr. Bassarat and company, they want to see that.
Yep. Mr. Bassarat is there.
Yeah, want to say
In
good
the
afternoon
TTCB
to
box.
Azim.
Yeah. Having a look. He's always here, Azim Bassarat. And I want to say congratulations to him just recently. And we will have a discussion about that during the break as well. He was returned unopposed.
For the 4th time.
For the 6th time.
6th? Is 6th?
Yeah.
Or 4th?
He told me 6th yesterday.
I don't know. I thought it was 4th. Is it not 4 years?
Well, this term is now 4 years.
Okay.
And it will take him up to 20 years at the helm.
20.
Still shy of Aloy Leakwire's record of 24.
Okay. Well, we have to say not only congratulations, we have to say best wishes.
Yep.
For more successes.
It has been tough. Funding has not been easy. There he is, as in Bassarat, to your left.
Because you're putting out all the energies, the effort, and the resources, and you want these guys to shine on the big stage. Right? And I see that
Tapped away, runs here. Are we looking for 2? That would have been suicidal.
very good feeling by the guys on the strikers team, especially the guys in it deep. They've done an excellent job. They're restricting the batsman just to their single, and that's what you want. You want to put pressure on the next batsman who's going to come there to face up to maybe Hines on this side. He's bowled brilliantly from this end. And there are some bowlers who prefer bowling the northern end with the wind behind them, rather than coming up into the wind.
Into the wind, that's more difficult.
Yeah, it is. It is. I used to open the bowling, and I prefer to use the wind going in.
Yeah.
Right, rather than bowl coming up the wind. I would open, come back and spin, but I bat at number 3 or open the bat in. You do everything in cricket. In our time, you do everything.
Yep. Driving, short covers in place. So Dev Singh has been in the game, so to speak, today. 43 for 4 at the end of 9.
Much better over. Very steady. I haven't seen a bouncer bowl yet. West Indians don't bowl bouncers.
We haven't seen that. You're quite right.
Because the guys, they come in on the front foot. The ones they come in on the, you're bringing them on the front foot, you have to hit them with the bouncer. Right? But you had to be deceptive. Fast bowler. We had this situation even recently in Kenya. They were talking about that. West Indians don't bowl the bouncers.
Yep.
And that was the trump card.
That was a surprise delivery. You always know that you can get one.
Well, they changed the rules to take away the firepower from West Indian fast bowlers.
Yeah, that was done in the 80s. Was it down to 2 bouncers and over? Top in. Good delivery. BDC looking awkward in pushing that one away.
In 2 minds. I think he was trying. He was in an attacking mode, and then he changes and just pushes it in front of him.
Oh,
Good ball. I was gonna tell you the same thing. Once it's an open stance, you ball full, so you're in trouble. Where you go? You cannot move. You got the feet apart.
yeah,
So
we-
that's where the what you say is strategizing. The bowlers have to look at the batsmen. How do they shape up to receive from you?
and it was difficult to keep out.
Very, very, very deceptive once it comes into you.
Edged. And that's 4 to BDC. Have a look at that again. And I'm getting the impression that when he realized that he was getting an edge there, he basically dropped his hands. So it didn't carry to slip. You can see that there, Bridge.
Yeah.
Driving.
4 wrong.
That's 4. Losing the bottom hand in the shot, but it got into the gap.
Very positively played there. You could see that he was in that mood. Once he's going to go into the front foot, the bat is up in the air. He's going to come straight through the arc. When you're playing defensively, the bat is closer to the body
Mm-hmm.
to come down on the deliveries. West Indies have produced so many great left-handers. Gary Silvers, Kali Charan, Fredericks, Lloyd, Lara, the master himself.
Full pitch delivery, not really getting hold of it.
Too much of butter hand.
Yep.
So rather than stroking the ball, he's jabbing at it. Good ball.
It's a beauty. And it's gone. Now, I would like to see that again. I'm getting the impression that the bat struck the ground there, Bridge. We will see that again. And our director will slow it down for us. I'm getting the impression that BDC may not be wrong in feeling aggrieved here. Okay. So I'm saying bridge. I could be wrong. The umpire's in the best position. But look at this. Okay, our director has zoomed up. Oh, is he unlucky?
Hard to tell.
Well, we'll see from this now. Let's see here, bridge. Oh, definitely bridge pass not. There's daylight there.
It looking so, but we cannot see that impact.
Yep. So we do have the benefit of snick over. What we can see, there.
There is daylight.
There is daylight.
But you see, that is about almost 6 inches in front of the bat.
Yeah, but
So
you can
it's
see.
difficult to tell.
But then if you look at the shadow here, bridge, of the bat, you would not see the shadow of the ball. So this is the ball. This is the bat. So it's pretty close on. And I can't see with, let's say, 6 inches that it would have been too much of a deviation. I could have taken it towards the bat. Okay.
There is daylight, but
There is
very
definite
difficult to
daylight.
tell. Yeah, there is daylight for sure. But as it passes the bat, we're not sure what's happening there. The bat could be hitting the pitch and making the sound.
This is what I thought. I think BDC was a bit unlucky there.
The pitch, but maybe the bat hitting the pitch.
Yep.
When
He did indicate that, though.
Yeah.
He did indicate that. Yeah, he did indicate that.
So the song that they would have heard.
But again, look, this is where BDC's foot is, and this is where the bat is. Playing away from the body again.
Well, tough luck, he's gone.
Yep, 51 for 5 at the moment. And is this Joachim, is it? That's the arm ball. Matthew Patrick, the new batsman, a man who would have played for the West Indies under 19. And let me now just leave you in the company of the former Trinidad and Tobago under 19 fast bowler Liam Mamchan.
Thank you, Vinod. And we have seen so far that the COCRICO Warriors, they're in trouble at 51 for 5 after 10.3 overs. So the first power play, the batting team, they have not really produced the type of runs that we saw in the last game and the other games. So they are in serious trouble. But as I say, special good afternoon to Liam Mamchan. Good afternoon, Liam.
Good afternoon to you, Bridge. And wicket has gone. As soon as I have made my way into the commentary box, the 6th wicket has fallen. Antonio Gomez looking to play that late cut and get in the top edge. And it was a simple catch for the man at short third man. That's topping. So wickets continue to fall. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, just maybe a bit of extra bounce from Joachim getting the better of Gomez there, but 51 for 6.
But that's a very bad shot by Gomez. He's just come in. He hasn't middled the ball. He hasn't played anything. He hasn't produced anything significant. And to play a shot like that outside the off stump, uncalled for. So I think he has put himself and his team in trouble.
Yeah, even more trouble.
Yeah.
Well, you look at this Warriors lineup, and there's one big name that's missing, and I think that's the difference from them losing this amount of wickets in the middle of their middle order. It just hasn't gone to plan, and that's the absence of the calming figure of Jason Mohammed. He's sick at the moment, so he hasn't played the last 2 games, and I think he's someone who would have brought that sort of calm into this innings when they lost those early 2 wickets.
Yeah, but Jason is very experienced and he knows how to play this type of game.
Exactly.
Jason, he's a master for that.
You can see that bit of inexperience in the middle. So it's a young team, and unfortunately they've not been able to take control after a really good start from the Warriors, from the Strikers with the ball. It was a good first over from Joachim. It comes to an end, a maiden over, a wicket maiden. And at the end of the 11th over now, 51 for 6. Quick look there. Terence Hines, 4 overs, 2 for 18. Lewis, 1 for 10 and 3. Toppin just getting the wicket of Bidesi, 3 overs, 1 for 23. And now Joachim getting into the act with a wicket as well. And it's been all strikers at the moment.
Yeah, the strikers on top.
It seems like they're going to continue with Toppin. And by no means is this the best of Toppin. He picked up a fifer in round 1 of this competition and looked in really good nick. He's not been as great today, but not every day is going to be a day, and I think he's continuing. He's not dropped his shoulders by any means. He's been working hard. Just needs to get a bit of consistency into his spell now, into his 4th over now. Here he is. Patrick driving and he's edged it. Not out, says the umpire. There was a bit of a deviation, and Toppin was very excited about that. The umpire not interested. Let's have a look at it again. Well, it looked pretty close. See, for Cooper at first slip, thought there was something in it, but in the end, not out, says the umpire. Yeah, far away from the bat there. Looks like a bit of late movement. Here, stopping again. Down the leg side, and Julian had a shy at the stumps. A big job for Matthew Patrick here.
Yeah, he has got to put down his head. He has got to play. There's a lot of overs to go. And he needs to communicate with his partner. And Brian Charles is a very experienced player. I think Brian Charles will also be happy to talk to him. And they need to do something special for the team.
Yeah, I think it will be a revelation if they can bat 50 overs here. And if they do, they could probably get themselves to something respectable. A good delivery from Toppin. That length there is exactly what you want from your fast bowler.
You were talking about Toppin. He got 5 for 34 at the National Cricket Centre when they played against this team.
So he has a liking for this opposition.
Yes. And
that was a low-scoring one in the
very
cricket centre.
low-scoring game, yes.
They defended, I believe it was 134, and they won by almost 20 runs. So it's Toppin again. Oh, this one just peeling off the outside edge. Sukhdev Singh has to get around, pulls out the dive, and can't prevent the second run. Oh, Patrick is off and running now.
Well, the butterflies will go. The more runs he gets, the better for him. And I think his captain is looking forward for him to get a good score. Because 54 is no type of runs to really put pressure to the opposition. The strikers will be happy to see that type of total.
Oh, and he's chopped on. Patrick has to go. Toppin has another. And the COCRICO Warriors are really struggling here. They fall to 54 for 7. And Matthew Patrick has to go for just 2 runs.
Yeah, really bad shot. He's intent to play defensively, but he was not in position to bring the bat down quickly enough. The inner edge and onto the stumps. Unfortunately, he has to go. It was not really a decisive stroke played by the young man, and he paid the price, and his team is in serious trouble at 54 for 7.
Let's have a look at it again. It just went straight through. He was looking to drive, and I thought it was a bit of an inside edge, but it seemed to just be some good late movement from Toppin.
Yeah, very good ball. Watching it from his hand, you could see we coming from releasing the fingers across the seam. So the ball is just going to come back. Beautiful ball.
Oh, so almost a perfect delivery for any fast bowler in this position. So Toppin picks up his second wicket. And the new batsman in at number 9. It's going to be Dexter Sween. And I think with that, wicket also brought the water break. So we are going to take a quick break, just about 5 minutes or so. We'll be right back soon. So the new batsman in at number 9 is going to be Dexter Sween. And I mean, I think number 9 is a bit of an insult for Sween to be coming in. He is a very good, aggressive batsman. And I think because of the situation where they lost a lot of wickets early, they were trying to just maybe hold back Sween a bit. You don't want Sween out there with 40 overs on the cards. You want Sween there to finish the innings. But it looks like this innings could be over in a flash.
He will have to prove himself today.
Yeah, it's going to be a different rule for him.
Yeah.
And I like this aggression from Rambaran. This is good from the young captain. We're out of the power play now, and he still only has 2 fielders out and 2 slips on a gully. Here's top into Sween. And very well played from Sween. It was coming in at his ankles quite quickly, and he did well to keep it out.
I would say a very good ball too, first ball. By top end, he's maintained good consistent line and length and excellent variation. That one that he got a wicket, you could see that he was working on the batsman and trying to force him to play a false stroke.
Well, in this situation, you've got a guy like Sween who likes to field bat on ball, likes to see the ball sail over the ropes. He's in the 12th over of a 50-over game with not much batting to come, just Joshua James and Ricky Jaipal after him. And I was just about to say, Dexter Sween, if he gets his ball in his zone, he's going to absolutely whack it. And just like that, a short ball from top in, put away, over deep mid, deep backward square in fact, and it's gone for 6.
Well, it was there to be hit. He did well, controlled it beautifully, and that 6 will give him a lot of confidence. His team expect him to stay there. As you said, he's one of the attacking batsmen, and he could produce a very enterprising innings. Right, 150. You need 150 to challenge the opposition because of the strength of the opposition. Anything below 100 runs, it will be easy for the strikers to win this match.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it now. With just 3 wickets to go, you got 38 overs left. It's very difficult to bat 50 overs here. But when you've got somebody like Brian Charles who could really stay on an end and hold things down, and you've got somebody like Sween who's going to hit the ball over the ropes no matter where the fielders are, is there value in Sween playing his natural game and just trying to get something competitive?
But he has to be selective. He can't go all out attacking. If the ball is not there to hit and it calls for you to play a little defensively, you could do that because there's so many overs to go.
Yeah, because I think, you can't get yourself into a situation here where there is balls in your zone and you're in a mode where you need to bat 50 overs and you're going to miss out on a lot of scoring chances. So I think if Sween could just find a way to
Oh, and look at that. It's a poor bit of communication from Sween and Charles. And Brian Charles hit the ball straight to the man, took off, said no. And by that time, Sween was on the other end already. And another wicket is down. We're just waiting to see who is out. And it seems like it's going to be Dexter Sween. So Sween run out.
Tragedy.
Look at that. Avinash Mahabir Singh got around quickly. A good throw. And by that time, Sween on the other end, both him and Charles. And now Sween has to go. I don't think there was a run on there.
Not at all. It is straight to the fielder because they're committing suicide. Right? The striker of the ball, he's not interested in a single. So where the non-striker is going, where are you going? Why are you running? The call is with the batsman who plays in front of him.
Exactly, yep.
Right? That's his call.
So they're just communicating now to figure out who is the batsman out. Sween is waiting. He's still out there. Charles is out there, and Sween is going to be given out. So after playing that wonderful hook shot over deep backward square for 6, no more deliveries for Dexter Sween to face here. He has to go for 6. And at 60 for 8, it really does not look good for the COCRICO Warriors. Joshua James is the new batsman, and he's going to have to play something absolutely out of this world day.
He had to play something very special today. But very sad to see Sween go. That 6 was a beautiful 6. Well controlled, well hit.
The first bit of aggression that we've seen from Toppin as well in terms of that short ball. We haven't seen those short balls today.
Yeah, but we were talking about that. You know, nobody's trying the short ball and forcing the batsman to try to play with the ball coming onto the chest or to the head.
And I think with Joshua James, very similar to Sween in the way that he bats. So we'll have to wait and see. So the new batsman is James. It's our Charles to continue to on strike. This has been, I'm really impressed with Rambran as a captain in this game.
Yeah, he's done an excellent job.
They've been on the attack. You know, a lot of times you see teams get off to a good start, and that's a no ball. Signaled by umpire, looks like umpire Simon Arun.
It could also be called a wide. It is too far away.
So it's going to be a free hit for Brian Charles, something to release the shackles a bit. But don't think Rambran and his boys would be too worried about this. Here's Joachim. Charles giving himself some room and spanking this one over cover. And the Cephas Cooper was late to take off, but he gets around in the end and they pick up just 2 runs. Not a bad result of the free hit for the strikers. They won't mind that. I think they've got to be brave here, and Rambran is doing just that. He's got a deep backward square and a deep cover. He's still got a slip in play. Sukhdev Singh is in a short cover position, and they're on the attack. They're looking for a wicket here. They're looking to just get this one over with. Oh, just peeling off the outside edge. Good fielding from Toppin.
The ground feeling has been excellent so far. The guys are sharp. They're on the ball. They're watching. They're supporting each other.
Let's have a look at this bit of work from Cooper. Again, some football skills. Very good work there. Yeah, right about that. They've been excellent. The communication has been great. And James faces a dot ball to finish the 13, 64 for 8. And I would continue with Toppin. I would have given Toppin one more after that last over. But it seems
How many
like
has he pulled so far?
just 4 overs, 2 for 32.
Okay.
And maybe a bit expensive, but you don't mind that because he's been on the attack.
You could afford to keep him on.
They're going to go with the young leg spinner. And, you know, as we are on the topic of selection going into the 50, team 20, just yet he would have represented Trinidad and Tobago under 19 this year. But I think over the past few years, he's been showing a lot of maturity in the way that he bowls. He's a leg spinner. You know, we've been struggling a bit, the team, sometimes because of his injuries and whatnot. Now you've got Bidesi, but this youngster has shown so much control and so much class at a young age. And they're going to give him the opportunity. Picked up 3 wickets in the last game and scored an unbeaten 30-odd. It's a bit too...
You got 3 for 25 in the match.
And I think he scored 30 odd not out.
21.
Yeah, the 21 not out, batting down in the end. So he's showing his ability, and he's an excellent fielder. He would have been the one who affected that run out earlier on with Keon Otley.
And in that 21, he hit 4 fours. That means he could strike the ball.
Yeah. Very good delivery. Joshua James is not the best player of spin. And, he likes pace on the ball. He likes to hit the ball out of the park, similar to Sween. And I think Sween and James are pretty much identical in the way that they play cricket. They like to bowl fast and a lot of skills as well. And when they come out to bat, they're looking. And a chance for another run out with Brian Charles this time, but Joachim not getting a good throw back to Rupal. But this is excellent. This is really good fielding from the SOCA strikers. They're really on the attack, and Brian Charles involved in almost a second run out in as many overs.
It means he's watching the ball, watching his partner.
Exactly, yep. He was ball watching there, and it was his call, but I think James did well in the end to send him back, because I don't think there was a run there, and Joachim did well to stop it. Not a great throw though. So they've now decided to take that field out from short mid wicket and use another man behind point. Rambaran always on the move as a captain. He's looking to plug any gap, not allow them anything. You don't want to release any pressure. You want these guys to go after them. And that's a good shot from James. Too wide from Ruplal. And a flat 6 over cover.
That's a real good hit by Joshua James. He looks fit. He looks strong. Got a free hit, so to speak. Too far away from his body. And he has the intention to do some damage here, which is good. His team needs for him to get some boundaries.
He was almost on the wide line, given some air. And, I mean, look at how easy he played that ball for 6.
Very good. Well timed and beautifully played.
A better delivery straighter to finish the over. The end of 14, 71 for 8.
When you speak of left-arm spinners, Tobago had one of the best youth left-arm spinners, 1979, Alston Daniel. He played, I think he's the first guy from Tobago who played for Trinidad and Tobago and made the West Indies President's 11 team. Good afternoon to you, Alston. If you're listening to the broadcast, I want to say a special good afternoon to you. You have served Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies cricket well. He's a good coach. He's a good mentor. And I hope that the Tobago House of Assembly would utilize his services more with the youngsters in Tobago. You have Roxborough, you have Shaw Park, and a few other grounds on the island.
Speyside, just recently, the Chief Sec Bago Teton Blast would have been held there. Really nice surroundings down there. It's a picturesque venue. So here's Joachim into Charles. I think you've got to be smart here as batsmen. Both of these guys have got significant batting ability, but you've got to know that you're playing for runs here. You can't also be too defensive and put yourself in that mode. That's a good looking shot from Charles for 4 through the covers. And that's exactly what I mean. You've got to find a way to score runs. You're not going to, if you bat 50 overs and score 30 more runs, you're not going to defend it.
Well, I'm happy to see that stroke. Reason for that, with the run out, the mix up, right? It means that he needs to take advantage as a senior player and be productive, and that's a really classic stroke. And Brian could bat. I've seen him bat before. I've seen bat and save Trinidad and Tobago to draw a regional first class game here.
Hey, he's done it a few times. He's got some ability. I remember just a few seasons ago, he scored a 90 odd for Queen's Park at the Queen's Park Oval. 75 for 8. Joachim has been on spot since coming into the attack. Good delivery again, not giving Charles that room to really get that ball through the offside.
And probably we could say for this finals here today, there are some awards at stake, prizes to be won. The best, the batsman with the highest individual score, they play the most wickets in the match, man of the match. Those are 3. And then for the tournament, bowler with the most wickets, and the batsman with the most runs. And these prizes will be presented at the end of this game and the tournament. And there's also a player of the tournament award as well.
I think Rambaran is definitely in probably 2 or 3 of those categories in terms of what he can walk away with here today. But I think most importantly, what these guys are aiming for is that Super 50. They want to get themselves into that Super 50 team coming up at the end of the month, or is it next month? And they would really want to just give themselves a good show in here. The selectors are around. The head coach here at Emirates, he is in attendance.
From what we have seen, none of these batsmen have really produced anything substantial to address the selectors.
At least in this game, but you look back at the last game, Satran Rambaran, that is, scored 100, a really good 100 as well. So they didn't even give himself a chance. He got out in the first over. Keon Otley is obviously, he's been a part of this team for a long time now, and he has been good. And, guys like James and Charles, these guys are the guys you expect to see when selection comes around. But it's not been a good batting performance. And by extension, when a team scores, let's say they get bowled out for 80 or 90, you don't give the next team a chance to score runs to impress the selectors either. That's a beauty from Hines, and he's gone. Right, just touching down on off stump, moving away from Brian Charles a bit. And Terence Hines has a wicket at last. He has a second now. In fact, it's a third.
Yeah, he's bowled brilliantly. He switched him from the southern end to the northern end. He got more wickets here. He's gone back to the southern end. And immediately he has picked up Brian Charles, who is in an aggressive mode, playing away from the body and the away swinger. Well judged by the wicketkeeper. Didn't have to go too far away. Held on to it, and that's the end of Brian Charles. He'll be very disappointed. His team will be disappointed. And I'm sure when we look at how the game has evolved, there is none of the batsmen who came out showed the presence that they wanted to bat for a long period.
Let's have a look at this again. Just touching down on that off stump and moving off the seam. And Charles guilty of following it and finding the outside edges. Her picture for delivery is everything you want from a fast bowler. I think it's always a more dangerous when you get that ball nipping away off the seam than when the ball's swinging in the air at times, because it's so much harder for a batsman to react. And Charles, in the end, was guilty of following it, and a simple catch for Julian. So Terence Hines, 3 for 18, and his experience coming to the core here.
Well, as I said to your daddy, the young man has had a chance to practice and play with the Trinbago Knight Riders, and would have learned quite a lot and stayed fit, being in the mindset that he wants to excel. He wants to make the Trinidad and Tobago team, and what a better way to address the selectors. And he has done a great job for his team today.
He's been, in and out of the team in recent times due to injury. I think once he's available, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force tend to go with him because of what he brings. He's going to give you wickets. He can bowl the new ball. He's a really good death bowler as well. Can bowl in the middle. So
he's a good batsman.
And he could bat. He's got first class hundreds.
Yeah.
And a lot of 50s as well. So he's an all-rounder that you always want to have. Once he's available, he's someone you want in your team. And here he is again to Jaipal. A slip on a gully. And Jaipal defends.
And in the 50 overs format or T20, you want the all-rounders. You want the guys who could bat and bowl, or if batting is your strength, you must also learn to bowl. You can't only specialize batting or only specialize bowling. You can have a better chance of making any team.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why, there's so much value in guys like Hines, guys like Joshua James, Dexter Sween as well. Short ball from Hines, and Jaipal gets behind it well. Works it down to Sukhdev Singh down at deep backward square. And Jaipal's off the mark.
But cricket, you become a millionaire overnight, you know. When you're good. When you're good with all these franchises around the world.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities
Yeah.
now. You know, almost every week you wake up, you open your phone and there's a new franchise league somewhere. And
They have Masters League, right? You have Icons League. Where you have everything happening around the world. So even as you complete playing, you like say, a regular competition for like say West Indies or any other team around the world, and you retire from what a ball. What
just
a good ball.
peeling off the outside edge. Mahabir Singh could not get a hand hit, and it's 4 runs.
But what I was saying is that you have a chance even to play when you pass your 30s, 35, and you retire from active, competitive cricket. You could play in those leagues.
Let's have a look at this again from Terence Hines. Oh my. I think almost definitely if that had not taken that tiny outside edge of James, that would have crashed into his pads.
Yeah.
And it would have been 77 all out, but much needed runs for them. They move on to 81 for 9. And I think now is the time where James needs to go hell for leather, because there's not much you can do batting with number 11. Oh, this is smart thinking from Julian. And Rambaran caught on early as well. No wide signal by the umpire. Oh, it seemed to maybe just clip the pads on the way through. Oh, Hines making a change in the field now. He's bringing up the long on and the deep mid wicket.
Well, the question whether they will get to 100, 81 for 9.
I think if they are to get to 100, they need to lean on Joshua James. And I like what Hines is doing. He's brought up long on. He's brought in the man from deep mid wicket into forward of square, because they want to avoid James getting a single and bowl at number 11. And brilliant from Hines. James wants a single, can't get it. So smart cricket from the SOCA strikers at the end of 16. It's 81 for 9. And more importantly for them, it's going to be Jaipal on strike.
Right. Well, Jaipal need to show that he could bat. Just all he has to do, play in front of him, drop it, run the single, and give it to the more senior player.
Well, what Rambaran and the strikers need to do now is try to keep him on strike, tighten up the field as much as you can, and or make him play on one side of the wicket, and just really tighten the screws on him. Let Jaipal face the majority of the deliveries. So,
But this has been a very bad batting display by the strikers.
yeah, definitely not what you would have expected in the big final, but when you've got players like Terence Hines on the other end, these guys are big game players. They show up when it really matters. And Hines really showing his class today. I think some of these deliveries that Hines produced early on, and even Lewis, it was almost unplayable. You saw from the very first ball of this game, Sharon Lewis got that big in-swinging Yorker to come back in to Rambaran, and from then you kind of saw that
Yeah,
the
they use the
strikers were
conditions
locked
well.
in. Jaipal not playing at this one. When you look at this field of a slip, a short third man backward point, cover point, short cover and a mid-off. 6-3 field, and Joachim is going to bowl the majority of his deliveries on that off stump, just touching away. This time guilty of being too straight. And now they've got to bowl to the dangerous James. So see how Joshua James decides to go about it. I think the thing with James is that when he bats and he's looking to, he puts himself in that defensive mode, he doesn't score runs. It's always just a matter of time before he gets out. But when he's on the go, he's so dangerous. He's one of those players that can get you that 12 to 15 ball half century
Okay.
with almost no effort. You saw that 6 that he hit over cover. He just almost leaned over it and just pushed it over. He's very, very powerful. They'll need something from him. He's not going to take the run. Shielding Jaipal on the other end.
Well, this is the last man standing. Right? Jaipal, they had to stay there. Give him the chance. There's so many overs to go.
Peel, but I think that one definitely down the leg side.
A good variation there by Jokin. He's given it the loop, and now he ball it flat and creating some problems for the batsman.
He's a top bowler, Damien Joachim. He's been around the circuit for a while now, and played for the CCC last year in the Super 50. In fact, not Super 50, in the 4-day, the regional 4-day competition. Oh, a single for James now, and Jaipal is not going to take the single here. It's just about surviving one ball. He's not known for his batting, but Ricky Jaipal can hold an end. He's no slouch. And Jaipal does not take the single at the end of 17. It's 83 for 9.
The total itself tells us that coming to this final, the fielding team has done a great job. The bowlers have done an excellent work. They've varied their line, their length. They have tested the patience of the batsmen, and they were able to strike consistently. And at this stage, they will say that they are favourites to hold the edge going to the interval.
I think, even before the game, when you put those two lineups next to each other and you look at this based on names, the absence of Jason Mohammed really has dampened the hopes for the Warriors. Oh, that's a big hit from Joshua James. You can't miss your length with him. As soon as Terence Hines got a bit too full, Joshua James was able to deposit that one way over the long on fielder for 6. Let's have a look at that again.
By the way, he's batting, he should be batting high up the order. He should be batting at 3 or 4, from what we have seen today.
You tend to see him bat there in those positions, especially in that number 3 position in the shorter format of the game, T10 cricket, T20s. He usually bats around 6, 5, 6, and in the longer formats,
as a finisher.
Yeah, he's a bit of a finisher.
But he looks good. He could bat up the order. He's reading off the pitch. He's reading from the bowler's hand. He's in position to play the attacking shot, and he's playing there well. And that's what you want from the batsman. A lot of the guys that I have seen here today, they're not reading the bowler's hand. They're not reading off the pitch. They're just playing and guessing.
You think back at some of those early on dismissals, where, especially Antonio Gomez looking to cut a ball that really wasn't there. James goes high in the air. The fielder's underneath it. This could be it. Takes a catch. And Terence Hines has wrapped up this innings. A slower ball there doing for Joshua James. It was in his zone, but he took all the pace off it. And James was through the shot early. Just went straight up in the air. And Abdul Rahim Tuppin taking a simple catch down at long on. 89 all out.
Well,
not a good showing whatsoever.
No substitute for experience. There is no substitute for experience. And what we have seen there from Terence Hines leading the charge, coming out there, his variation, and you can see his aggression. He's running in. He's putting everything into his bowling. His variation has been real top class here this afternoon. And he's put on a show for his team. And I'm sure they'll be happy, the SOCA strikers. They can start to play some nice tune for them. With the Stepan people, they can come and play some tune.
That is going to be all she wrote for the COCRICO Warriors. 89 all out in 17 and a half overs in a 50 over game. It's really a disappointing showing in the final. A quick run through of the scorecard. Rembrandt was the first to go for just 2 runs. He was out in the first over by Lewis Otley. Run out by a brilliant throw from Anil Ruplal. Christian Turton was bowled by Terence Hines. Brendan Boodoo, LBW Terence Hines for 1. Navin Bidesi caught Julian Bull top in for 16. A bit of a controversial one with Bidesi. Antonio Gomez caught top in Bull, joke him for 6. Matthew Patrick Bull top in by an absolute beauty for just 2 runs. Charles caught Julian Bull Hines for 9. Sween run out Mahabir Singh for 6. Joshua James, the last wicket to go, 17. Caught top in Bull, Terrence Hines, and Ricky Jaipal not out on the other end, 2 of 5. Quick run through of the bowlers.
We have Sharon Lewis, 3 overs, no maiden, 10 runs, 1 wicket. Economy rate of 3.33. Terrence Hine, the masterclass bowling here this afternoon, 5.3 overs, no maiden, 29 runs, 4 wickets. He is the main wicket taker. Abdul Rahim, top in, 4 overs, no maiden, 32 runs, 2 wicket. Economy rate of 8 runs per over. And Damien Jokin, 4 overs, 1 maiden, the only maiden of the innings, 11 runs, 1 wicket, 2.75. That's the economy rate. And then we have Ruplal, 1 over, no maiden, 7 runs, no wicket. That's the bowling analysis.
So that is going to be it from the first innings here at the Barnard Cricket Academy. We'll be right back soon with the second innings where the SOCA Strikers will need 90 runs in 50 overs.
So we're back here as we continue coverage of this match, and the SOCA strikers, they need 90 runs of 50 overs, which they should get it pretty easily. Warriors opening with spin in the form of Jai Paul. Ricky Jai Paul from Best Motors Marching Patriots. Short, punched away nicely, runs here to start with. Will this get to the boundary? It's going to be pulled back just inside, and two more to see for Scoopers. I say good afternoon to Liam.
Good afternoon to you and afternoon to all of our viewers. And in classic Seaforth Cooper form, he's off the mark with a lovely shot through the covers. And it should be a quick one, I think, ideally for the SOCA strikers and for these two who are trying to vie for that opening spot at the Super 50. They don't want to win this game without losing a wicket.
Yeah, good delivery. Jai Paul is raising his hands in the air as if to suggest that that might have gone through.
Ricky Jai Paul is one of the most skillful bowlers around in Trinidad and Tobago. And, he is going to be looking to show some fight, pick up a couple of wickets in this power play.
Overpitched. Cooper not happy with himself there. Thought that he could have done a lot more with that. So it's a packed offside field in the circle. Have cover, extra cover, squarish cover, and a point. Played back. Nice high elbows.
Good stuff early on from Jai Paul. Right on spot. Got a deep mid wicket and a long one. Good again from Jai Paul.
Brilliant with the work here out at shortish cover.
Yes, Matthew Patrick. And now they are gonna send Patrick back to make sure that there's no boundary in the over. Good thinking from Jai Paul. And from the skipper Brian Charles as well. And straight to the man. So very good cricket from the
Patrick seems to have
COCRICO
lost.
Warriors.
He seems to have lost a lot of weight, Matthew Patrick.
He's been training hard over the past few months as he has returned to the setup. He's had a pretty good season earlier on this year with the Presal. Scored some runs, picked up wickets. And Dexter Swede is going to be the man with the new ball. No Shannon Gabriel today. Not quite sure why he's not here. I know Jason Mohammed is sick. But, you look at that loss of Gabriel and Mohammed. I don't think Gabriel would have contributed too much to the 90 runs. But just that bit of experience in the dressing room, when you lose two players of that stature, it's sort of shell shock to your team. And a lot of youngsters in this setup. You look around, you see Antonio Gomez, you see Ram Brown, who's new, Brendan Boodoo, who's pretty much the youngest out of the crop. Even Navin Bidesi, he's still quite young. He's just only about 24, 25 years of age. You don't have that much experience when you lose 2 or 3 early wickets. You don't have that man to consolidate in the middle. So here's Sween.
Edged. Through the slips and into the boundary for 4. Sukhdev Singh is pushing on that one outside the off stump. Not a bad delivery at all there from Sween.
Let's have a look at that again. It almost seemed like Sukhdev Singh meant to play that ball there when you look at it. Let's have a look. Yeah, he just opened the face. It wasn't an
actually
edge,
opened the face, yeah. He's an enterprising kind of batsman.
So Sween would want to get a little bit closer. You don't want to give Sukhdev Singh room. And he is pretty strong on his legs as well. He's a tough player to bowl to.
Well, there's Sukhdev Singh. He's not going to die wandering, and that's another boundary, top edge. And no, it has gone amongst 4 other balls. Let's see if they can find the right ball. A bit quicker than Sukhdev Singh thought. Sween putting some effort into that one. He's going to play his shots, Sukhdev Singh.
Yeah, that's the nature of the man. And one thing about Sukhdev Singh, and that I've played alongside him, I've played against him. He hits the ball in some very strange areas.
Yeah, but that was definitely not there for the shot.
He's short, so when you get a ball that most batsmen will play on the front foot, he has the ability to get underneath it, and that has been a strength of his for so many years, and that's why he's one of the most successful batsmen in Premiership history in Trinidad and Tobago. Better from Sweden.
So in order to defend this, they will need to get quick wickets.
And they're already off to quite a good start, the Strikers. Already 10 without loss. At this stage, the Warriors would have already lost a wicket. Can't underestimate the value of wickets in the power play. Here is Sween to Sukhdev Singh again. Just pushing it into the offside for a single.
So this match may well end within one innings, so to speak, within that 150 over innings. It's very disappointing for the national selectors because they would want these guys to bat out at least the 50 overs. But they're not batting out the overs.
But I think this is the sort of game that you get to pick your bowlers in. You can't really pick any batsman from their performance in this game so far. Cooper gets behind that nicely. We'll suppose. Very, very stylish cricketer. And he's a run-scoring machine. I think everybody in Trinidad and Tobago could come together and agree on that one thing, that Cephas Cooper knows how to score runs. And since he was 13, 14 years old, coming up into age group cricket, in secondary schools cricket, in club cricket locally, domestic cricket in Trinidad and Tobago, Cephas Cooper is a run-scoring machine. Not much runs for him to score today, but he's not going to want to get out.
Oh, that one, he threw the shot before the ball came. End of 2, 11 without loss.
Well, it looks like it should be Jaipur to continue. But it's going to be interesting to see how Jaipur goes to Sukhdev Singh with that left-hand orthodox bowler bowling into Sukhdev Singh. He likes the ball coming into him. He likes to go over backward square and mid-wicket. Jaipur's going to probably want to take his arms away from him and try to get it angling straight across him. He's got that long on and a deep square leg. See how Sukhdev Singh decides he's going to go about it.
So he's watching that ball until the very last moment, and watching it carefully onto the bat there, Sukhdev Singh. Seems to be looking for a bat sponsor. He lost it there, as you said.
That's a shot. You can't bowl anywhere there to Sukhdev Singh. You can't bowl anywhere near his bat. I think a lot of cricketers, a lot of bowlers bowling at Sukhdev Singh, especially early up, they like to take the ball across him, especially fast bowlers, and try to get third man into play. That's where you're gonna get him out most of the time.
That's meat and drink for him there.
Because he's short, he's able to pick up that ball and he's able to get the elevation as well when he needs to. Good delivery from Jaipur.
better, much better.
Oh, and Sukhdev Singh gets this one over the slip fielder and will pick up 2 easy runs. I mentioned earlier Sukhdev Singh scores runs in some strange areas.
Yeah.
And that's
We'll
what
look at that again, and obviously he did get bat onto it. Seems to be one of those difficult fellas to set a field to.
Oh, just one delivery to go in Jaipur's second over. Not too bad, 8 runs off it. 6 of this one. And Sukhdev Singh plays this one nicely down the ground for a single at the end of 3, 18 without loss.
7 in the over. So 72 to get. Out of 282 balls to get it in. A lovely day for cricket. Don't think the players will utilize the time allotted for this game.
I mean, it's Friday night. Don't think these guys want to be out there for too long. And, on that note, I'd like to say good afternoon to Vikesh Harilochan, better known as Big Harry's.
He recently had a successful win ball turn the edge down to the boundary for 4. Now that was not deliberate. Definitely not deliberate.
I think Sween is finding a way to make things happen here. Unfortunately for him, it's just not going his way.
So Sukhdev Singh will take the runs. Got Sween here again. And that is what he wants to do. Angle it across him.
Oh, Brian Charles. You've seen Brian Charles take some blinders at slip.
That was asking a bit too much.
Yeah. I think it was closer to Gomez.
So this is what he's doing to Sukhdev Singh.
And we just mentioned in the last over that's where you need to bolt him. You need to get that ball going across him. Anything that's too straight at him, he's going to work over square leg or mid wicket quite easily.
Oh, he loves it there. Bangs it away for 4.
Yeah, 2 short from Sween. And Sukhdev Singh was quick on it. He's a short man, but he's always behind the ball. He always finds a way to get in good positions.
Anything here. Look at that. He's going to punish. And that's exactly what he did. Seems that Mr. Parasnat will have an early dinner. He's brought good weather with him, but not runs. It's an absolute travesty when in limited overs cricket you don't bat out your overs. And there are absolutely no devils in the track.
It's a batting track. You look at it out there. We spoke about it earlier. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this wicket. It's a wicket perfect for batting. And you could see from the way that Sukhdev Singh was going about it, like that ball, that short delivery from Sween, it just sat up nicely. And he was able to hit it over mid-wicket. And now they've sent out James to square leg. And they've got, looks like Ramran, Satran Ramran, down at deep fine leg. So Sween is going to try to use Sukhdev Singh's strength against him.
Oh, Sukhdev Singh realizing that the offside, everyone is in the circle, try to go over the top. Good thinking.
A good piece on that from Sween as well.
You feel it for Sween, hasn't been bad.
Sweden has had a very unfortunate day. A wide ball signal by the umpire. Thought that one was a bit harsh as well.
Let's have a look at that again.
Sweden is having a rough day. He was run out by his partner Brian Charles after just hitting a six. Most of his runs have come off the outside edge of Sukdevsing's bat.
We'll see if
Gotta
that was
feel
a
it.
while. Let's see if the umpire was a bit harsh on Sweeney. Definitely a wide. That was a wide. Suki showing the umpire as well. Back to live action. Sukdevsing missing another delivery. So he wants to come back over lane and just get it there. Get it there. Let him play the shots. Let him go for the hook shot.
Sukdevsing has raced under 24. Just 13 deliveries. Oh, driving, and that's going to race away. Jaipal is a quick man. Is he going to get to it? He can't. 4 runs.
So that's for the lanky Jaipal. Couldn't rope it in. Overpitched. But again, you have to understand what he's trying to do here. He's trying to get wickets. And he's looking to get Sukdevsing the edge through that offside. He did push his right foot out to that one in the approved manner. So he was actually meeting it. He was meeting it there. What he wants is Sukdevsing not to meet it and just push the bat at it.
Pulled away. Rembrandt as well. They pick up 2 runs to complete the over. At the end of 4, 33 without loss.
So they're going at a rate of knots here.
There you see young Jason Agard. His job has been easy today. He's not had to run too much water. And I know he's kicking himself that he didn't just missed out on the final 11 today. His team well ahead though, and looks like they are going to win this one. Had a really good stint in the US, a couple for the past few months over in New York. He's back in Trinidad now.
Nice little check drive there.
Oh, and Sween with a big misfield there, allowing Cooper to come back for 2. Let's have a look at that again.
A big man, Sween. Oh, he collected it, but not well. It's just not his day.
You got a feel for him.
Oh, that's 4. That's good. A bad delivery, just pulling it down, Jaipal. He was quick to pounce on it. Meat and drink, so to speak. Speaking about meat, we want to say a special thank you to our sponsor for today's coverage, KFC. Down the track. Much better delivery there. It's hanging it in the air a bit.
Well, 51 required. 273 balls left in this innings. think the Warriors would need a few quick wickets here. The Jaipal to finish off the over. Good delivery. And Cooper very watchful behind it. There is no run at the end of 5. The SOCA strikers 39 without loss, 51 required in 270 deliveries. Brian Charles, the skipper, is going to get himself involved in this game now.
So the lights, obviously, just minutes before, wouldn't be switched on yet, and I don't think it might be switched on today at all.
Could be an early day for the ground staff here at the Barnard Cricket Academy.
Mr. Parasnat is sharing snacks. But he doesn't eat snacks himself. He's very fit.
So Brian Charles into the attack to Walter Sukhdev Singh. Very calmly just plays the ball back to him. When Nicholas Sukhdev Singh is in full flow, he's such a pleasure to watch.
So he's showing some respect to Charles. Don't know how long he will do that. Loves to play freely. He has 30 out of the 39.
Charles giving this one some air. Oh, good delivery. Good delivery from Brian Charles. He's into a good rhythm here. He started off very well. Not a good delivery. One delivery to go.
Sees it off.
Oh, very good over from Brian Charles. I think Nicholas wants to take it into the afternoon.
So we take a short break. We'll be right back. Well, the West Indies leg spinner. This season now. Battle between Cooper and Bidesi goes back to secondary schools. Hillview versus Naprima College.
Yeah, what a time ago that was. A couple of players on the field at the moment. Dexter Sween would have been the captain of that Hillview team. Cooper would have captained Naps. Brendan Buru might have been probably about 4 or 5 years old. That's to tell you how good of a young player Brendan Boodoo is. Just about 17 years of age, 18. And he's here on the senior team setup. Oh, Sukhdev Singh picks this one up. Jaipur gets around quickly though. And Bidesi getting away there.
Good field setting. Because they know that he loves to play in that region.
Marvin Bidesi had a wonderful debut CPL season. So good that it got him into the West Indies team against Nepal. What's so impressive about Bidesi is the variations that he offers as a leg spinner. He's got a brilliant slider, a good googly as well, can bat, he's a good fielder. He's a perfect all-round cricketer and can play any situation as well. So it's been so good to see his rise. A lot of people would say that he's a bit of an overnight sensation, but those who know Navin Bidesi knows how hard he's worked for what he has achieved over this past season. By no means is it an overnight sensation. He's worked hard for where he has been. He had a really good breakout league with the Trinidad and Tobago Legions. And I think it all started from there. That's where he started getting that eye in. And the people having a look at him. Sukhdev Singh has decided that's enough. No more helmet. The spinners are in operation.
So it's the end of 7, 42 without loss. Soon you'll be joined by Bridge Brasnat at the end of this over. I want to give him a piece of the action before play ends, because with Sukhdev Singh taking that helmet off,
it could be near.
it could be very near.
Charles is going to be bowling to Cooper.
A ball beater. Look at him there. Diminutive in size, but he's a ball beater.
He's one of the most feared batsmen around in the domestic circuit in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people are scared to bowl to him.
It's called ton loads of runs for Power Gen and now Clark Road.
He likes to score his one just before lunch. Cooper just pushing this one to Rambaran at cover. Point, in fact.
Nothing really happening. Sween created a couple chances, but beyond that, nothing really happening. And just going through the motions here.
Muscling this one down the ground for a single now. We're going to go with a deep square leg and a long on for Sukhdev Singh. Charles bowled the beaten to him in that first over. Oh, looking for the single, it's not on.
Definitely Charles looking to take his hands away from him.
He's done well, to be fair. In the air, that's a big hit. And Brendan Boodoo at long on is just a spectator. Into the stand, 6 runs. Nicholas Sukhdev Singh is on the charge here. He moves on to 37 of just 27 deliveries. And they're now just 1 run away from the 50 partnership here at the top of the order for the SOCA strikers. 2 full from Charles. And it was always just a matter of time before Sukhdev Singh took him on. Into the stands.
Yeah, for the moment you see him get away with that helmet, he's going to attack. That's the sort of player he is.
Well played to finish off the 8 over. The end of 8:49 without loss. It's going to be Navin Bidesi.
Well, let me just make way now for a bridge pass start.
So just 41 runs left, and the way that Sukdev Singh is going, it could be over in a flash. Oh, Bidesi, good delivery there. Cooper, look at the drive to the offside. It's coming off the inside half of the bat. Down the track and work down to long on for a single. So with that single, it brings up the 50 partnership for Cephas Cooper and Sukdev Singh now 37 of 28, Cooper 12 of 23. Here is Bidesi again, and pitching outside leg this time. I'd like to say good afternoon to Bridge Paris Nat.
Good afternoon to you, Liam. Runs flowing here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Nicholas Sukdev Singh seems to relish the conditions and the short pitch bowling, and he has treated them with disdain. 50 without loss. This is they should have batted first to make 300 plus runs. Then we would have a spectacle. This would be an easy victory for them the way he has applied himself.
He's going to go after that one. And it's going to go over mid-wicket. Jaipal is running around. Can't get there. And the 4 runs. So Sukdev Singh on to 41 at the end of 9. 54 without loss. They're going at 6 and over. And they just need 36 more for victory.
When they played on Wednesday last, Sukdev Singh made duck. 6 balls he faced and he made a duck. Cephas Cooper made 87 with 2 sixes and 8 fours off 96 balls. Sukdev Singh said, boy, you were the hero the last day. This is the final. They have a big prize at stake. So he decided today he ain't going to allow Cephas Cooper to better him. He won that prize. That's the name of game. That's how you see when you have ambition.
So Sukdev Singh on to 41 of just 31 deliveries. And just 36 to get, as we mentioned. Charles to continue. He has looked good, Brian Charles. Just that one ball that Sukdev Singh hit him for 6. That's a bad ball. And he's gotten away. It was short and it was down the leg side. And Cephas Cooper picking out the one man behind square.
But Cooper has improved immensely. At the youth level, he was such a talented player. Prolific. And he has continued to impress.
Over the past few seasons, he's been the main run scorer for his domestic club. He just recently picked up a maiden first class century in I
guess Windward
Islands. Yep, in Arnasville. Down the track, and
I think he made her 17.
Yep. That was his maiden first class century, and it was a long time coming. He made his first class debut all the way back in 2020 when he had just left Naparima College. He had just finished school.
I remember Naparima was playing against El Dorado boys at the Queen's Park Oval, and I went to see the game. He was the captain.
Yep.
He didn't open the baton.
He usually bats on number 3.
So I said to him, why you not opening the baton? You're the West Indian player. When you're the senior player, you open the baton. So you bat 50 overs. He went to open the baton. He made 200 plus runs. he set a record.
He loves runs, and when he scores big. He doesn't like 50s. He likes 100s and double 100s. Cut away from Sukdev Singh. And a lovely bit of fielding from Navin Bidesi. That one went to him like a tracer bullet.
He's a young man that I was impressed with at youth level. And I want to say special good afternoon to Roger Amaros. When he was at Courts, I got him to sponsor gears for Cephas Cooper. Yes, a gear's worth over $6,000. Comprehensive, complete every single thing.
Amazing stuff.
So I look at the talent and we try to help them.
Yeah, Sifa
Right?
Cooper
I
is-
did that for Brian Lara, I did for David Mohammed and many others. I don't want to call all the guys' name. Once there's talent, you try to help them. Right? You try to seek out sponsorship and to help them because it's so expensive. A bat now is $4,000.
Yep.
A good solid bat.
Sifa Cooper has come a long way. He really has, and he can just get better and better from here. I think now, especially in 4-day cricket, Sifa Cooper is the go-to opener.
So I have a lot of faith that this guy will go far.
They see to continue.
Unless he follow the wrong company.
No, I don't think he's one of those guys.
You never know.
But he's very, very disciplined. I think he's the most disciplined cricketer that I've
Be glad to hear
ever
that.
met.
We have seen so many talented players over the years, shown a lot of potential, a lot of promise,
That's why
prolific, and they fail to make it.
over deep square leg, and Jaipur gets around, picks up 2 runs. Is Sukhdev Singh, so he's closing in on a half century now, 44 of 36. He's looking to go home with that most runs trophy.
Yes, well, there's a prize there for the most runs in this match, and also for the entire tournament.
I think if you got to go a man of the match for this game, I think it's hard to look past Terrence Hines. The way that he started off this game. So I'm down the leg side, no run. It'll be a toss-up between him and Sukhdev Singh, but
I was about to say that if Sukhdev Singh gets scores 60+ runs,
I don't think so. I think it's gonna have to be Hines because.
but
Hines
because
has
of the
to be
bowling, right, and to restrict them to a total below 100.
Sukhdev Singh
Hines
takes
is
this one
in
down.
front.
Gets another single. 59 without loss. It's just a matter of time now. To just 31 runs required.
And Cooper had an 80 in the match, at the day-night match here on February 1st, where Trinidad and Tobago against the combined campuses and colleges made 504 for 6.
It's actually going to be a free hit here. And no ball from Bidesi, so. Cephas Cooper is going to get a free hit. And he's muscling it down to James at long on. Picks it up easily in the end, just for a single.
Yeah, Vikash Mohan made 66, Cooper made 80. They put on an opening partnership of 139. Jit Kohli made 121 and Jason Mohammed made 176. A double century partnership of 227 for the third wicket. CCC made 222 and 247.
And I thought that was a game where Cooper should have gotten 100. Got out just before. And then I think from then on, Jason Mohammed was always gonna carry on when he started
well,
off so well.
Basically, Jason is 39 now. You know, the youngsters have to take over, and they had to show that they have to do the job for Trinidad and Tobago, and to talk to him and use the experience. But Sukhdev Singh has always been the type of player I always believe can do magic with the bat. He was always prolific for power gen in the early stages, and then I think his form went down.
He was back to good form this year. He played with Clark Road, scored a couple of centuries, a lot of half centuries as well. And obviously there was no 50 over competition this year due to the weather. That in the 2-day competition, Sukhdev Singh was brilliant. In the 50 over competition, the T20 festival, he was excellent as well. Cooper on strike now, 14 of 27. Charles into his 4th over.
And the match on last Wednesday, Andrew Rambaran, a player that I think that will go very far too. Once he stays focused and gets the opportunities, he made 65. He had 1 6 and 8 fours of 83 ball. And I think himself and Cooper, they shared a century partnership. of 115. Cooper made 55 in that partnership, and Rambaran made 57 last Wednesday. So it means that's good understanding between these guys.
Sweeping this time is Cooper. He wants to. Gonna get it easily in the end.
This match finishing too fast.
Don't think we'll even have use for the lights this afternoon.
Not at all. The lights were very bright. The sun is really shining.
A lot of people would have wanted to come down to see the game after work today as well. I think they'll just have to go straight home.
But the strikers did strike today.
Yeah, 100%.
They strike. They didn't. They were not productive with the bat. But good decision by the captain. The SOCA strikers captain.
Yeah, Andrew Rambaran.
Yeah. To bowl first. That was a decisive decision. Put them in the ascendancy, and I think they're gonna win this match very, very easily to be crowned champions.
Rambaran just 20 years of age, and you know, over the past 2 years we've seen 2 academy teams come out. Rambaran would have represented them at the Super 50 level. And, it's amazing to me that you've got a player who's shown so much promise at this level, not at under 19 level as well, and he's not been given an opportunity with the academy to get a contract. You know, this is the second year now that the Cricket West Indies has been awarding contracts to promising young players from the regions to play for the West Indies academy team.
This is the role of the media guys. You have to highlight those things, right? If you notice that the guys are doing well, you promote them, right? And you ask questions.
You look at his stats and it sort of speaks for itself. Here is BDC again, and they hit straight to Charles at cover. Charles is such an excellent fielder that they still get a single. So 65 without loss now. It's unfortunate that, you know, there's so little runs in that first innings. You're not going to get to see the likes of Matthew Patrick and these guys. Just short of Keon Utley at backward square. Beats him in the end. And Sukhdev Singh will pick up 2 more runs. Utley was stuck in 2 minds of whether to stop the ball or go for the catch. In the end, did neither. Just short of him, and then the spin beating him.
The guy who I would wish to see, the man who is to come next, Leonardo Julian.
Very aggressive cricketer.
Yes, that's the guy that I like, if you ask me. For this kind of cricket, T20 and 50 overs cricket, I feel he has got the potential and the right attitude to do big things.
He's a very exciting player, fantastic wicket keeper as well.
Yeah.
One of the best, I would say, in Trinidad and Tobago. Sukhdev Singh goes, and Jaipur is going to try to get around, but he can't. And as Nicholas Sukhdev Singh brings up a 50 in the final, a big game player, Nicholas Sukhdev Singh, and a well-played innings, 51 of 45 deliveries.
Well, the experience and class, there are 2 things that goes there, and it's a revelation that still at this age he still has the appetite to want to achieve big things, ambitious enough that you want to make your team win. And then he's showing up a classy player, Steve Cooper, but Cooper is very supportive. He's not going to play too many adventurous strokes.
So that 50 coming up in 45 deliveries, 8 fours and a 6. Very, very good innings.
And there's another name I'm seeing in that list there, Isaiah Raja. Is he playing today?
Yeah, he is. Raja is playing, but I don't think he's going to get the bat with the situation. He might be next in if a wicket is to fall, but he can't really show too much in with just 18 runs to get.
So you see the batting lineup is loaded.
Yeah, they're a stacked team. And when you look at the two major absentees from the Warriors team, Jason Mohammed and Shannon Gabriel, 2 guys full of class, full of experience. Shannon Gabriel might have been able to ruffle a few feathers. So At the end of 13, 72 without loss. Bidesi completes another over.
Well, the SOCA strikers, they're pushing along very fast. They will get this total in less than 20 overs. I would say by 18 overs the match will be over. This will be a very big victory. Could be by 10 wickets as well. The way they go, the 72 without loss. They need 18 runs to win.
Yep, it's just 18 to get, and the skipper Charles to continue 4 overs so far, none for 12. Sorry, Bidesi 4 overs, none for 21. And Charles is going to be bowling to see for Cooper. Deep mid wicket, deep cover point, deep square, and looks like Otley's going down to long on, so that's the 4 fielders that Charles is going to operate with, which tells me he's going to try to bowl very straight to Cooper, who laps this one around the corner. You look for 2, Bidesi's there, and he can't cut off the second run. So Cooper on to 20. A very much supportive innings of Sukhdev Singh.
Yeah, very methodical. He's not playing too many adventurous strokes. He's not playing naughty shots. He's just solid, very supportive, allowing Sukhdev Singh to dominate the bowlers.
I think that's what I love about Cephas Cooper so much, is that he always plays the game in the right way. He doesn't try to force his hand or to force the opponent's hand. He plays the game the way that it should be played. If he gets off to a good start, he's going to keep going and he's going to take charge. But when he sees that, his opening partner is on the charge, he understands that both of them can't go at the same time. He's going to play a supportive role. He always plays the game the way it should be played. And that's why he's so good at what he does. Oh, this one is going straight up in the air. Swings underneath it. Takes a catch. So 50 and out for Nicholas Sukhdev Singh. And Brian Charles has picked up a wicket. The first wicket is down at 75 for 1.
Brian Charles, he's also a player with a lot of potential. And he started well with the Chandigarh senior team. I thought he would have gone on to do big things. Unfortunately, when he got 5 wickets against the England team in Barbados, he didn't get a chance thereafter. And that was the most surprising thing. Right? Probably has affected him even psychologically and mentally.
He's been scoring a lot of runs in local cricket over the past few seasons, I think. Not this year, last season, he scored a lot of runs. He top scored in all the 3 forms of domestic cricket.
There's a lot of history in this ground. I don't know if you've seen the last game, Pakistan here at the ground.
The West Indies and Pakistan.
Yes, that was a big game. And then we had in 2023 we had India here, where Shubman Gill made 85. The Indian team they won that match here, 51 for 5.
Well, so World Cup games would have been played here as well back in 2024.
Kishan made 77. Gill made 85. Right, and those guys, they put on a really fantastic show. You had Sanju Samson made 71 and Hardik Pandya 70 not out. 5 sixes and 4 fours. When we look at the power play in that match, in the first 10 overs, they scored 73 runs without the loss of any wicket. And then in the power play between the 10th to the 40th, there were 174 runs. And in the final 10 overs, they scored 104 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. So that was really classic batting.
So Charles to continue. The new batsman, Leonardo Julian. And with just 15 runs to go, this one could be done in the blink of an eye. To Brian Charles. A well-deserved wicket. He's bowled well since he came into the attack.
Very experienced.
Well, Julian would want to play smart here. Doesn't want to get out. Wonder if to go in the 14th over. Julian looking a cut, not timing it well at the end of the 14th over. 75 for 1. Charles 5 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 15. The SOCA strikers, they need 15 runs in 216 deliveries. Let's seems like it's going to be Bidesi to continue.
But there's not much to defend. So it makes it very difficult for the bowlers. They can just pray and hope that these batsmen make the mistakes. Yeah. I see my good friend here, Mr. Rajendra Mangali, in the commentator's booth. So he will join us to do. He's the chairman of selectors. He has a big task ahead.
And see first Cooper coming down the track, and that's a big hit. 6 runs. Straight back down the ground. What a shot that was. A use of the feet from Cooper. And not allowing BDC to settle in. Let's have a look at that again.
But he's not even allowing Leonardo Julian to get a strike to take at a taste of this fighter. Bridge waited to see this little man explode, but I even can't see a stroke today. Out of the trials.
Brilliantly played there from Cooper. He's on to 27, so just 9 to get.
You don't come to the ground to see, cricket that doesn't really take your mind to say, well, look, these guys will have it, they will go places, that, showing the talent, the potential, the discipline. And that's what you want to see in these trial matches. This game is a trial as well. We had the chairman of selectors, he's looking at them. How they play in a final too.
Leading edge from Julian there. Good ball from Navin BDC. Seemed to be the googly. Julian looking to work it into the leg side and just took the leading edge. They get through for the single though. And at the end of this over, we'll be joined by the chairman of selectors, Mr. Mangali. And he'll have a word with Mr. Rich Parisnat. A lovely shot again from Cooper. Just a single. Well, if you know anything about Leonardo Julian, you know he's going to look to finish it with a big shot.
No, well, he's an attacking player. He has that mindset. I haven't seen him for a long time now. That's true, because I've been watching much of the cricket locally. But I said that I have a chance to see him now.
Well,
and to see how he has advanced.
He's going to go round the wicket now. Just a shot away from victory now. Julian looking to sweep. And a wide ball signalled. I'm interested to see why BDC is going to go round the wicket now.
A wide signal.
So there's 5 to get. Full toss on Julian, just working it down the ground. He's going to look for 2 because Sween has to get around. And they'll get the 2 quite easily.
The ball, that shot wasn't aimed towards long on, That shot was aimed to go more mid-wicket area. He was going to flick into that. He took the edge and come straight on. So that was a false stroke, so to speak.
1 delivery to go in BDC's 5th. 3 runs to get. And hit down to Sween for a single. They look for 2. Julian wants a second, but Cooper is not interested. So 15 done, 88 for 1. And with that, I will leave and I'll give the mic to Mr. Rajendra Mangali.
Thank you, Liam, for all the information. And I'd like to say I'm now being joined by a former Trinidad and Tobago senior stroke player, opening batsman, prolific in local competition, but now he's been given the biggest duty in Trinidad and Tobago, the man heading this senior selection panel. That's a big duty. And I want to say special good afternoon to you, Rajendra.
Thank you, Mr. Parasram.
Good to have you live on the air. Tell us how you see this game.
Well, to start with, as cricket is played, we have good weather. That's important. And watching the game, a 50 overs final to be concluded so early.
Too
says
fast.
something. Yeah, that says something. It is actually the batsman is not really
Apply themselves.
applying themselves with a good batting track like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 89 for the loss of one. 1 run for victory. The victory is beckoning. The SOCA strikers will win this game. Plays it on the onside. That's the single. That's the victory for the SOCA strikers. Andrew Rambaran, the captain of the team, and his boys, they will celebrate this 9-wicket victory against the COCRICO Warriors. It's an easy victory on a very good batting track, as the chairman of selectors mentioned a short while ago. And I'm sure that those who are here, even the players and the team and the coaches, would have been disappointed the way how this match panned out.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say congratulations to SOCA strikers headed by their manager Adrian Ali. So well done. Thanks. Winning a tournament like this says much. You understand what we're looking for to get it on the national teams. Its performance counts first.
You had many other games. How do you view the group of players now that you will put together to train?
So now coming off a little meeting there with the other selectors like the Rhea, the Frank, Sir Frank and David Mohamed, and Pate is yes for a while because we have to cut the squad together. We have 3 trials games to play.
3
coming up starting from next week. So we have to bring down the squad to maybe about 30 players, and we could work with every trial game to get the best 14.
When do you plan to have those trials?
Starting from next week.
Okay. And we could be
Every at NCC.
At the NCC.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, you're satisfied what you have for this tournament?
Well, you don't make a judgment on one day. For example, today game, you don't make a judgment on that. You have to follow up what happened in the other games.
Yeah, the other matches, the whole tournament I'm talking about.
Oh, the whole tournament. It was a little fruitfully in the sense of seeing who's scoring. But one of the issues that I'm seeing is that we don't have consistencies in the batting. A guy will score now, but tomorrow he fail.
Right.
So where we look into, according to what the coach is trying very hard to get that consistency going. Our bowling is not too bad. It's just we have a batting we have to work a little more on. We have names, but names don't really play cricket.
Names don't play cricket.
Runs on the board is runs on the board.
Players play the game.
Yes, so that's what we look at.
All right,
But
Rajendra.
having a good coach there, we had to know exactly what he wanted, and I think this would be a very fruitful year for 2025.
I want to wish you and your team success, but let us go to this Legends series that you planned, the Trinidad and Tobago Masters T20 Festival. Tell us about that festival.
What is the new tournament that this only happened recently. We had a little discussion. This started with myself and Mr. Frank, the same ones that all of us, and we decided to do something because of the age bracket. All of we talks about the age and what we have done, for all these years. But do we see these guys again? No, we don't. So after you pass over the hill, they say, well, you forget about them.
So we've seen a Richard Siuchan,
Maybe.
one of the best swing bowlers.
One of
In the days gone by in your time.
But the tournament is like over 40, including with some of the over 50s.
Okay.
So we're planning that teams to have the best 8 teams in Trinidad. We already have the best 8 teams in Trinidad. And they allowed to 2 national players to allow. And it's also, I had to say thanks to Mr. Azim Basarat, for giving us the little blessing. That discussion did came between me and him and Simon.
Very
right?
good.
And he was assisting me and giving us some clues. He's the king of cricket.
Right.
He's the king of planning, right? And I had to tell him thank you and thank you for the blessings. But we move forward from there. And once again, these things happen in only a few days. And I had to say thanks to Best Motors.
But you have a sponsor who is ready to
Ready and
contribute to you guys, because you guys have really brought a lot of happiness to plenty people in this country when you all played cricket. When they had the midweek competition, remember those midweek competitions?
That was the TOs at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to say thank you to Mr. Ian himself, who's the owner of Best Motors. He's a guy. He loves cricket. He knows about cricket. And I spoke to him only yesterday or the day. Yesterday. I shared this program with him, and he was like is for cricket. And his exact word was that I don't have a problem.
I'm so
I will
happy
do
that
that
you've
for-
been able to secure that sponsorship so quickly.
And we also have one or two other small sponsorship that is coming in into that. So by the time maybe next week where we do the media launch and everything, we will see all the different sponsors. So the art behind this whole thing is friendship, keeping people know each other when we had the days. But
You,
they'll
you
be
want
very
to
competi-
rekindle some cricket happiness,
Yes, that's the exact word. Cricket happiness.
right?
So that
Because when you play, the fraternity, the cricket fraternity, right, is one of the best fraternities that we have in Trinidad and Tobago over the years. When we look at Guaraca Park, the Queen's Park Oval, Clark Road, Wilson Road Ground, when
yeah,
all the teams
But
play,
you know now cricket changes, right?
Gilbert
Time
Park,
changes. Gilbert Park was the days,
Prisal,
currently
all these grounds.
So that's why I'm trying to get this tournament. No, sorry, I used the wrong word there. Not trying. The tournament is already on. It's in place. I have just some discussions with Mr.
You want to
Manchan.
tell us about the prizes and what you have at stake?
Well, at this point, we have like the first is 12,000. The second prize is 8. The third prize is third and fourth. We're giving 2005 each, third and fourth. But for now, we getting some more sponsorship, so you never know the price when you go up a little
Might
more.
increase,
Might increase,
which is good.
definitely.
Which is good.
So we are asking.
Greater incentives.
Yes, we are, and it's also included with trophies and whatever it is. So this, again, I have to say thanks to Trinidad Cricket Board for giving us the ground, NCC for running this tournament there. And I think this is going to be a very impact program and cricket for people of Trinidad and Tobago. Because people is interested and have receiving calls from calls from different
Do
clubs.
you have
but
special awards to give out?
well, yeah, we have awards for batsmen, most runs, fieldsmen, these kind of things are the days, you know what I mean? But the important thing is men having a good time with each other, mingling and having a good time, meeting players that you have never met for years.
So you'll have some music booth,
Well, we work
entertainment booth?
Yeah, we are working on it right now, everything. takes
Because
a
if you're
time.
going to want people to come and watch you guys play, they're going to want to sit down and, enjoy some music.
Well, somebody important guys who in that
And,
panel.
and you see the stroke play and the
Yeah.
bowling and the batting, the feeling,
I've-
nostalgia, comes into play.
Well, I will leave that to Mr.
What is your
Vinu-
highest score?
I will leave that to Mr. Vinu Manchan. He's the architect behind everything. And we has, a man like Rajendra Pura is top. He's an amazing character. When I had
Yeah,
a
he's
talk
nice
with
guy.
him,
Yeah.
Shiraz Mohammed with us. Frank Simmons is with us. And we have other fellas like Sami, a guy he's good. He's from Sital. So we have one or two new fellas that has joined the party and put in this program or this game anyway.
Well, Rajendra, I want to wish you and the guys success in the Masters League. I now take leave. You will continue to tell our viewers and listeners anything else you want about that tournament, where it can be played, and the dates that you all have in mind.
I thank you very much. Sir.
Thanks a lot to Rich Prass. Now we're just holding on for the presentation at the moment, and in the interim we have Chairman of the National Selection Committee, Rajendra Mangali, former Trinidad and Tobago batsman, Wanderers standout as well, and he has shifted gears, and he's now also into the administration of the sport, and in his short foray into it, as so far he has been very successful, so much so that I think he has some great plans to try and to be with cricket. He's starting with his masters just to get fellas, the former players, in and around the cricket again, because you need everyone, all hands on deck, Charlie, to take Trinidad cricket forward.
Definitely, we need all hands on this. That's exactly, So all who is willing, I'm looking for the assistance from the executives and players and spectators and everything to come forward and support this news.
And it's being held in that belt around Central, which I always say is the live wire of Trinidad and Tobago's cricket, that Prisal, Kuva area. Because back in the day you had clubs like Carney Wanderers, Prisal, you also had Kuva Sports, Balmain, all those clubs around the area.
Yes. So this is something that, as I say again, I will say to we're going to make this tournament try and answer because there is something I have planning, um, trying to for the year 2026 to get 4 teams or 6 teams from around. They maybe already have 1 or 2 teams that already spoke to me coming in, foreign teams to Trinidad. So I'm looking really for the best 4 teams in Trinidad to take part in a
In
tournament.
that tournament, yeah. Masters cricket has really taken off. Legends cricket has really taken off. And just next week, there is a Legends tournament. Of course, in Houston, there's one at the end of this month in Florida as well. So, Legends cricket is really big now.
It is, definitely. It is really, really big. And that is what I am trying to do for Trinidad and Tobago. At the end of the day, it's still cricket.
Yeah.
That's important. That's the key here, cricket.
Well, Charlie, you have been involved in Trinidad and Tobago's cricket on the marketing committee. You've been a selector before as well. What are some of the things that you can do to help the current situation with the cricket in Trinidad and the West Indies by extension?
Well, but I can just give you maybe 1 or 2. I think my knowledge towards the cricket is very good. I would say I have been a businessman out there for helping out the society on the grassroots programs and whatever in Trinidad and Tobago. Also, I have people there who will assist me in different occasions, maybe in financially, because you need money. If you don't have money, you can't run nothing. So on this level, I think I am the capable person to do this line of work.
So you understand the business aspect of sport?
Definitely, I know the business aspect of the sport.
Well, as we want to allow you an opportunity to go down to the prize giving area, Rajendra Mangali, we want to thank you for being with us. We want to wish you all the best with your tournament and your future endeavors as you look to also strengthen your claim as a cricket administrator in this country.
I thank you very much, Mr. Vino, once again.
Well, you heard it there from Rajendra Mangali, and of course he is one of the younger administrators in Trinidad and Tobago who has so much to offer. Stay tuned for the prize giving ceremony as they're finalizing things downstairs. Remember the SOCA Strikers, they won by 9 wickets. Stay tuned.
Players of the teams could come forward a little, please. We're about to start the presentation function. Let me welcome. Yeah, let me welcome all the players and officials of the teams that are present here today, SOCA Strikers and COCRICO Warriors. This final brings to an end this 4-team tournament, which was organized in place of the 50-over Premier League tournament, which was abandoned because of the rainy weather we experienced at the time. So this 4-team tournament was organized to give players an opportunity to address the national selectors as we look forward to the Super 50, CWI Super 50 tournament. Let me take the opportunity on behalf of the TTCB to congratulate all the players and team officials of the 4 teams. And let me especially take the opportunity to congratulate the players and officials of the 2 finalists, SOCA Strikers and COCRICO Warriors. Let's hear it for them. This final, of course, as we recognize, in a sense, is an abbreviated form of what we would have expected the final to be. Nevertheless, runs were scored, wickets were taken, and at the end of the match, we have a winner and a runner-up. So let's congratulate all the players again for participating in this important final. Let's hear it for them. And let me take the opportunity to thank all the umpires who officiated during this tournament, and in particular, the umpires for this final, Simon Arun, Andre Martin, and Nadeem Wasim Ali. I take the opportunity now to introduce the presentation party, Administrative Manager of the TTCB, Mr. Zaid Mohammed, the President of the TTCB, who was nominated unopposed for the new term 25 to 29. The General Secretary, who was nominated for the post of Vice President, first Vice President, unopposed. And Frank Simmons, who was nominated again, a serving executive member nominated again for that position. So we begin with the presentations, and I want to invite Frank Simmons, executive member of the TTCB, to present the awards to the umpires, Simon Arun, Andre Martin, and Nadeem Wasim Ali. Simon Arun. Let's head for Simon. Andre Martin. And Nadeem Wasim Ali. Thank you, Frank. Let me invite Zaid Mohammed to make the next 2 presentations. Zaid. Highest individual score, Shatrughan Rambaran. 111 runs in the tournament. Congratulations, Shatrughan. Most wickets in one match. Yeah, I told him the next prizes. Yeah, most wickets in one match. A.R. Toppin is what I see here, 5 for 34. Abdul Rahim Toppin, 5 for 34. Congratulations. Thank you, Zaid. Let me now invite Altaf Bax to make the next 3 presentations. Batsman with the most runs, Shachugan Rambaran, 135 runs. $135 runs. Yeah, which included a century in one of the games, 111. Most wickets in the tournament, Abdul Rahim Toppin, 7 wickets. Congrats, Abdul. And man of the match of this final, Terence Hines, 5.3 overs, 29 runs, and 4 wickets, bowling his side to victory. Congrats, Terence. Thank you, Altaf. Now, it's 3 prizes to give out, you know.
3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me invite Adrian Ali, manager of the winning team, to assist with the presentation of the award, one of the awards here. Player of the tournament. Player of the tournament, Abdul Rahim Toppin. Congrats, Abdul. Runner-up is who? COCRICO Warriors. Yeah, Adrian, just one more presentation. The runner-up in this tournament, the runner-up team, COCRICO Warriors, and to receive on their behalf the captain, Terence Hines. No, Brian Charles, sorry. When he bent his head like that, it looked like Terence was. You could have got a wrong bullet for it. Thank you, Adrian, and let me invite Frank Simmons to give out this final award, the champions, gold medals, and champion trophy. SOCA strikers. Let's head for Andrew Rambaran, the captain of SOCA strikers. Medals for all the players and officials, and the challenge trophy for the winner. This brings to an end the presentation of awards for this 4-team tournament, 50 overs. And let me take the opportunity once more to thank all who participated in the tournament and the organizers of the tournament, and to thank the authorities at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy for the venue, for the approval of the venue, and the NCC. Yeah. So thank you all very much. And this is the end of this evening's short program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nice. Portrait. And that goal, Russia, boy.